Hello everyone, I hope you all are good and you all are practicing problems, learning concepts. In this video, we are going to practice PYQ of refraction portion and I have included question of last 25 years. So you can say, yeah, I have included question of AIEEE also. But before we start with question, first we will go through concepts a bit for 5 minutes so that we can, go through all the formulas that we require in order to solve all the questions. ठीक है सो लेट्स स्टार्ट सबसे बेसिक जो चीज है जो तुम्हें जाननी चाहिए दैट इज स्नेल्स लॉ है ना ये सबको पता होगा सो लेट्स से देयर इज वन इंसिडेंट लाइट इन मीडियम 1 एंड इट इज गेटिंग रिफ्रैक्टेड इनटू मीडियम 2 then you can write Snell's law as let's say medium 1 has refractive index mu 1 medium 2 has refractive index mu 2 in that case you can write it like mu 1 sin I will be equal to mu 2 sin R ठीक है this one you can write further you can rearrange it sin I by sin R can be written as what mu 2 by mu 1 and we know that how we define refractive index कैसे define करते हैं mu को आप define करते हो speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in that media right so here we can write it like mu 2 can be written as c by v2 divided by c by v1 so further, if you rearrange it, you can write sin I by sin R is equal to mu 2 by mu 1 is equal to v1 by v2 and further you can also write it in terms of wavelength. Wavelength क्या होता है? That is basically velocity by wavelength is frequency and we know that when light travels from one media to another frequency remains unchanged, right? So from there we can write velocity as lambda f. Okay, so v1 can be written as lambda 1 f by lambda 2 f will get cancelled and this is nothing but lambda 1 by lambda 2 so this is what we can get from Snell's law. Now second thing important is refraction through curved surface. जैसे मिरर में हमने पढ़ा ना अगर मिरर के सामने आप कोई भी एक ऑब्जेक्ट को रखते हो तो सॉरी हाँ ऑब्जेक्ट को रखते हो तो उसका इमेज कहाँ बनेगा सिमिलरली यहाँ पे अगर कर्व सरफेस है विच इज सेपरेटिंग टू मीडिया mu1 and mu2 and there is an object kept in one media then after refraction image will get formed and what will be the position of that image so आप बना सक आप आपके पास इक्वेशन है mu2 by v minus mu1 by u is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r सो ध्यान देना है यहाँ पे म्यू टू क्या होता है रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ मीडिया इन विच रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट विल गो जैसे यहाँ से देखो लाइट ऐसे फॉल करेगा ठीक है and after refraction what is going to occur so यहाँ पे you will draw normal draw कर लो let's say this is center of curvature so after refraction let's say mu2 is greater than mu1 light will bend towards the normal it will go like this if you will extend it it will meet somewhere here image is getting formed but mu2 is refractive index of what वो मीडिया जिसमें तुम्हारा लाइट रिफ्रैक्ट होकर गया है ठीक है सो दैट इज म्यू टू एंड म्यू वन क्या है वो मीडिया जिसमें इंसिडेंट लाइट है यानी कि जिसमें ऑब्जेक्ट है राइट सो दिस इज और ब्रॉडर पर्सपेक्टिव ये होगा कि तुम ऐसे बोलो म्यू टू इज रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ मीडिया इन विच रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट इज क्योंकि इमेज से कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है देखो इमेज हमें यहाँ पे दिख रहा है यहाँ पे दिख रहा है राइट वर्चुअल इमेज है यहाँ दिख रहा है तो कंफ्यूजन हो सकता है तुम लोग म्यू वन लिख सकते हो बट नहीं रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट जिस मीडिया में जा रहा है उसको म्यू टू बोलेंगे इंसिडेंट लाइट जिस मीडिया में है दैट विल बी म्यू वन एंड म्यू टू माइनस म्यू वन बाई आर एंड वी विल बी यूजिंग द होल थिंग विथ प्रॉपर साइन कन्वेंशन और तुम्हारा साइन कन्वेंशन यहाँ पे कैसे लोगे जैसे तुमने मिरर में लिया है नथिंग डिफरेंट ठीक है सो अगर कर्व सरफेस ऐसा हो तो यहाँ भी आप थोड़ा सा रे डायग्राम में बताती हूँ देखो सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर कहीं इधर ले लो सो लेट्स से यहाँ पे लाइट इंसिडेंट हुआ you will draw here the normal and then light will bend towards the normal if this is mu1 this is mu2 is greater than mu1 here also ठीक है सो रफ रे डायग्राम आप बना सकते हो नेक्स्ट थिंग इज योर व्हाट मैग्निफिकेशन ये इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन में रिसेंट क्वेश्चन में ही मैग्निफिकेशन से एक क्वेश्चन था सो मैग्निफिकेशन तुम्हारा क्या होता है दिस इज बेसिकली mu1 by mu2 into v by u mu1 and mu2 has the meaning that I have told you now. ठीक है so same meaning है mu1 refractive index of media in which incident light is mu2 refractive index of media in which refracted light is. Next case is your refraction through plane surface. So plane surface के लिए भी हम same formula use कर सकते हैं mu2 by v minus mu1 by u is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by r. डन है। आर यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा, देखो दिस सर्फेस इज प्लेन, ठीक है। सो इफ देर इज समथिंग एट द बॉटम एंड देर इज वन ऑब्जर्वर समवेयर हियर, सो पर्सन इज ट्राइंग टू सी सिटिंग इन एयर। तो देखो कोई भी चीज जब आप देखते हो ना, तो लाइट ऑब्जेक्ट से ऑब्जर्वर की तरफ जाता है, हमेशा याद रखना। ये क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने में हमें बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प करता है। सो इफ ऑब्जर्वर इज हियर, लाइट विल स्टार्ट ट्रेवलिंग फ्रॉम हियर हियर, एंड while traveling it will face one interface। तो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, यहाँ पे रिफ्रैक्शन होगा away from the normal in this case if it is filled with water and eye is in air, ठीक है। सो यहाँ पे आप ध्यान से देखो, और इमेज फॉर्मेशन के लिए वी विल टेक टू रेज। सो एक और रे ले लो, यहाँ पे ऐसे आई की तरफ ही ये जाएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो हम रे ले रहे हैं दैट इज पैरेक्सियल रेज, इनके बीच का एंगल बहुत कम है, नॉर्मल से एंगल नेग्लिजिबल है। सो आई मीन आई इतना छोटा सा दिख रहा है, बट एक्चुअली ये दोनों रेज ही आई के पास पहुंच रहे हैं, डन है, बिकॉज दे आर वेरी क्लोज टू ईच अदर। एंड ऐसे भी पैरेक्सियल रेज के लिए ही दिस फॉर्मूला इज ट्रू। यू कैन नॉट यूज इट फॉर broader cases where incident light is making I mean significant angle with normal, okay। So यहाँ पे देखो, यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, रिफ्रैक्शन नो प्लेन सर्फेस से हो रहा है, एंड प्लेन सर्फेस का आर क्या होता है, इन्फिनिटी, तो ये टर्म क्या हो जाएगा, जीरो। सो म्यू टू बाई वी इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच, म्यू वन बाई यू। नाउ व्हाट विल बी v, so v will be equal to u uh, u into mu2 by mu1. Now mu2 is what? Mu2 is the refractive index of media in which refracted light is, again same thing, and mu1 is refractive index of media in which incident light is। अब इस केस में तुम्हें पता है, सबको पता है कि ये चीज थोड़ा सा लिफ्टेड दिखेगा ऊपर की तरफ। तो देखो यहाँ पे जब भी तुम ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस का मेजरमेंट करोगे, यू विल डू फ्रॉम द सर्फेस, राइट। सो दिस इज एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ लेट्स से इक्वल टू डेप्थ ऑफ द कंटेनर, एंड दिस इज गेटिंग apparent depth is over here। So this is basically your v and this is your u। so देखो v हमें छोटा आना चाहिए, यहाँ पे पुट करके देख लो, म्यू टू वन हो जाएगा, म्यू वन म्यू होगा। so u by mu something getting divided by something greater than वन, so definitely ये क्या हो जाएगा तुम्हारा, छोटा होगा u से, right। so somewhere here, है ना। तो ये फॉर्मूला आप याद रखना, v इक्वल टू u इंटू म्यू टू बाई म्यू वन, ठीक है। चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं। Refraction through plane surface, we have seen it। Now total internal reflection। total internal reflection क्या है, अगर तुम्हारा light denser से rarer की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, then there can be a case where light will get completely reflected back to the same media, okay। so यहाँ पे देखो, सबसे पहले light incident हुआ है certain angle, and इस angle पे light refract भी हो रहा है, reflect भी हो रहा है। further we keep on increasing incident angle, फिर से कुछ रिफ्रैक्ट हुआ, कुछ रिफ्लेक्ट हुआ है। नाउ एट वन इंसिडेंट एंगल व्हाट हैपेंड, refracted angle of refraction became 90 degree, and and we call this angle theta c, and if I is greater than this ic or theta c, in that case there is no light getting refracted, all lights are getting reflected back to the media, right। so this angle is called critical angle, for which angle of refraction is 90 degree, and for total internal reflection to happen, theta should be greater than theta c, ठीक है। सो इफ एंड फॉर थीटा इक्वल टू थीटा सी, आई मीन इक्वल टू थीटा, यानी कि थीटा इक्वल टू थीटा सी, लाइट विल ग्रेज द सर्फेस। लाइट कैसे जा रहा है, देखो इंसिडेंट हुआ ऐसे, एंड आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन इट इज ग्रेजिंग द सर्फेस, डन है। सो दिस इज द केस। नाउ वी विल आई मीन लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द क्वेश्चन। सो देखो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन हमारा सर्सन रीजन है। पहला क्या बोल रहा है, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ ग्लास is higher in that of than that of air, करेक्ट है, डन है। बी क्या कह रहा है, ऑप्टिकल डेंसिटी ऑफ अ मीडियम इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू इट्स मास डेंसिटी, विच इज रॉन्ग। क्योंकि आपने क्लास 10th में भी एक चीज पढ़ा होगा, किरोसिन। किरोसिन का ऑप्टिकल डेंसिटी ज्यादा होता है वाटर से, लेकिन किरोसिन का मास डेंसिटी कम होता है। सो दिस इज नॉट करेक्ट, दिस इज रॉन्ग। सो ऑप्शन थर्ड विल बी करेक्ट, ठीक है। सो दिस विल बी योर करेक्ट ऑप्शन। Now let us move to second question। A transparent block A having refractive index 1.25 is surrounded by another medium of refractive index 1। So यहाँ पे देखो एक और मीडिया है, I mean there is a block which is kept in a surrounding of refractive index 1। A light ray is incident on the flat face of block with incident angle theta as shown in the diagram। What is the maximum value of theta for which light suffers total internal reflection at the top surface of the block। so I mean theta का range क्या होना चाहिए, so that इस surface पे यहाँ पे light total internal reflection suffer करे, ठीक है। so I mean यहाँ पे जो भी angle है, here let's say this angle is I, So this angle I should be what? It should be, I should be greater than theta c. ठीक है, we can say this, right? So sin I will be greater than what? Sin ले लो दोनों साइड, it will be greater than sin theta c. एंड साइन थीटा सी विल बी इक्वल टू व्हाट? जैसे क्रिटिकल एंगल जब आप निकालते हो तो हमें पता है एट दिस एंगल लाइट विल ग्रेज द सरफेस, एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन इज 90, एंड इफ दिस इज योर व्हाट, this is theta c, apply Snell's law at this point. Sin theta c into mu d, denser media, is equal to sin 90 into mu r, that is refractive index of rarer media. So sin theta c को आप क्या लिखते हो? 1 by mu dr, refractive index of denser media with respect to rarer media. So this is the formula, right? और यहाँ पे अगर आप यूज करोगे sin i is greater than sin theta c, so sin theta c को आप क्या लिखने वाले हो? Greater than 1 by mu dr. Mu r is 1 basically, so mu dr will become equal to mu d, that is 1.25. So this is 1.25. डन है, इसको आप ब्रेक कर लो 100, so this will become how much? This will become 4 by 5. So sin I is greater than how much? 4 by 5. Now we need to relate it with theta, right? So देखो I theta से कैसे related होगा? Let us do one thing. यहाँ पे ये theta है, this is normal at this point, this is r, right? So if this is r, this is 90, so r and I are 90 and theta are related in what way? I mean, no, not theta. I'm saying R 90 and this I. ठीक है? This one I have taken as I, right? ये एंगल को मैंने क्या लिया है? I लिया है. यहाँ पे देखो I is greater than theta c. So this is I have taken. So I plus R plus 90 तुम्हारा क्या है? 180. डन है. सो I प्लस R तुम्हारा क्या होगा? I plus R will be equal to 90. So I mean I is equal to how much? 90 minus R. Now how this R can get related with that of theta? So easily we can relate it. इस point पे आप क्या लिख लो? Snell's law को लिखो. So इस point पे अगर आप Snell's law लिखते हो तो क्या लिखोगे? Sin theta into 1 is equal to sin R into mu. राइट? सो साइन आर इज इक्वल टू साइन थीटा बाई म्यू. चलो इसको यहाँ पे लिखते हैं, ठीक है? सो लेट अस डू दैट. I mean, what we have got here, sin r mu is equal to sin r mu is equal to sin theta. ठीक है? And we are interested in what? Sin r. So sin r is equal to how much? Sin theta by mu. And mu is how much? 1.25, right? So sin theta into 100 by 125. So this will again become how much? This will again become 4 by 5, right? So this is 4 by 5 sin theta. ओके, साइन आर. सो अगेन देखो इनइक्वालिटी इक्वेशन पे जाते हैं. साइन आई इज ग्रेटर देन 4 by 5 एंड आई कैन बी रिटन एज 90 माइनस आर. तो एक काम करो आप, साइन 90 माइनस आर is greater than 4 by 5. So this will become cos r, right? So cos r is greater than 4 by 5. अब यहाँ से आप क्या करो, sin r का वैल्यू हमें पता है this one. यहाँ से cos r आप निकाल सकते हो. cos r क्या होगा देखो, cos r will be equal to 1 minus this is how much? 16 by 25 sin square theta का root under. ठीक है? So let us square it on both sides this equation. ठीक है? So cos square r मैं लिखने जा रही हूँ. 1 minus 16 by 25 sin square theta is greater than how much? 16 by 25. Okay? So let us do the calculation now. If you do it, you will be getting what? You will be getting here, I mean 1 minus 16 by 25, so that will give us 9 by 25 is greater than how much? 16 by 25 sin square theta. So देखो 25 cancel होगा, so 16 sin square theta is less than 9 basically, so sin theta is less than 3 by 4. राइट, दिस इज व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग. सो आंसर क्या होना चाहिए? साइन इनवर्स 3/4. क्या पूछा था? मैक्सिमम वैल्यू. तो देखो साइन थीटा क्या है? लेस देन 3/4 है. मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या होगा साइन थीटा का? 3/4. क्योंकि अगर थीटा को आप थीटा सी लेते हो तो इक्वालिटी होल्ड होगा, राइट? सो थीटा का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू क्या होगा? थीटा मैक्स विल बी योर साइन इनवर्स 3/4. सो सी इज गोइंग टू बी योर आंसर. या दैट इज गिवन. सो दिस इज दिस. कुछ नहीं करना है. फिजिक्स बहुत इजी है, मैथमेटिक्स भी बहुत इजी है. यू जस्ट नीड टू राइट थिंग्स. ठीक है? Now let us deal with this. A spherical surface separates two media of refractive indices 1 and 1.5 as shown in the figure, and distance of image of an object O is एट व्हाट पोजीशन. सो इमेज का पोजीशन हमसे पूछा जा रहा है. देखो ऑब्जेक्ट कहाँ है, ऑब्जेक्ट इज एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ 0.2 मीटर. रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर इज गिवन, n1 एंड n2 का वैल्यू गिवन है. ठीक है, लेट अस यूज द फॉर्मूला. सो फॉर्मूला कौन सा यूज करेंगे, म्यू टू बाई वी माइनस म्यू वन बाई यू इज इक्वल टू म्यू टू माइनस म्यू वन बाई आर. ठीक है, सो दिस इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज हियर. नाउ लेट अस डू दिस थिंग. आई मीन, चलो पुट करते हैं. सो इफ यू पुट इट, म्यू टू क्या होगा, म्यू टू विल बी द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ मीडिया इन विच रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट विल बी. सो ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ है, इंसिडेंट ऐसे होगा, रिफ्रैक्ट इधर होगा, राइट. सो दैट इज 1.5, राइट. सो यहाँ आप लिखो क्या, 1.5 बाई वी डोंट नो, माइनस म्यू वन इज हाउ मच, दैट इज 1 बाई. साइन कन्वेंशन यूज करो, आप यहाँ से डिस्टेंस मेजर करोगे इस डायरेक्शन में, which is opposite to the direction of incident light. So this will become minus 0.2 equal to mu 2 minus mu 1. That is how much? This is your 1.5 minus 1. So 0.5, that is half r. ठीक है, so half into 0.4. Then this is what we are getting. So हमें क्या मिल रहा है, हमें मिल रहा है 1.5 by v plus 1 by 0.2 is equal to, इसका इसका साइन कन्वेंशन यूज करोगे रेडियस का, तो इधर है डिस्टेंस, हम इधर ही मेजर करें इसलिए मैंने पॉजिटिव लिया है. सो 1 बाई 0.8, 1 बाई 0.8. सो दिस विल बिकम 1.5 बाई वी इज इक्वल टू 1.0.8 माइनस 1/0.2. इसको आप 4 से मल्टीप्लाई कर लो, सो दिस विल बिकम दिस, एंड 1.5 बाई वी विल बिकम -3 डिवाइडेड बाई 0.8, and this will be how much, this will become basically 0.5. So v is equal to how much, v is equal to 0.5 into 0.8, that will give you 0.4. And we are getting it positive or negative, we are getting it negative, right. Here is the negative sign. So image will get formed on the side of object, that is to the left of spherical surface, right. So 0.4 meter to the मीटर लेफ्ट टू द स्फेरिकल सर्फेस, नॉट राइट. सो ये ऑप्शन नहीं होगा, ये होगा. एंड दिस वन वी आर गेटिंग फ्रॉम बाय यूजिंग प्रॉपर साइन कन्वेंशन. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू यूज साइन कन्वेंशन प्रॉपरली. देखो आंसर तुम्हारा 2 है. ठीक है, चलो. नाउ लेट अस डाइव इनटू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. टू कनकेव रिफ्रैक्टिंग सर्फेसेस ऑफ इक्वल रेडियाई ऑफ कर्वेचर एंड रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.5. सो इसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स 1.5 है, 1.5 है. हमारे पास दो रिफ्रैक्टिंग सर्फेसेस है फेसिंग ईच अदर, and there is one object kept, and ये ले लो सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर, ऑब्जेक्ट इज केप्ट समवेयर हियर. ठीक है, at a distance r/2 from first refracting surface. Okay, so from second refracting surface it will be at a distance of 3r/2. ठीक है, so if you indicate here, चलो मैं यहाँ पे लिख रही हूँ, let's say this is my object. Okay. Let me redraw it. Let's say this is the line and this is my object. This is the first refracting surface. This is the second refracting surface. This distance is r/2 and this distance is how much? This distance is your 3r/2. And we have to talk about image separation getting formed by refracting surface 1 and 2. So let's say first surface image कहीं यहाँ बनाता है and second surface image कहीं यहाँ बनाता है. Then separation क्या होगा तुम्हारा? Image distance first, image distance second, sum of these two, and उनको sum कर लो. उसके बाद ये distance कितना होगा, 2r, because this is basically, I mean, अगर आप ये distance यहाँ से check करो तो ये है तुम्हारा center of curvature, यहाँ से ये distance r होगा and यहाँ से ये distance r होगा. So basically that line is 2r. So this is 2r. और अगर आपको इमेज के बीच में सेपरेशन निकालना है, 2r माइनस क्या कर दोगे, दिस इज v1, लेट्स से v2, एंड दिस इज v1. सो vr 2r माइनस v1 प्लस v2. दिस इज व्हाट वी विल बी इंटरेस्टेड इन कैलकुलेटिंग, राइट. सो चलो v1 v2 निकालते. सबसे पहले आप फॉर्मूला यूज कर लो, म्यू टू बाई वी माइनस म्यू वन बाई यू इज इक्वल टू म्यू टू माइनस म्यू वन बाई आर. लेट अस पुट इट. सो म्यू टू क्या है, रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट कहाँ जाएगा, ये मीडिया के अंदर, ग्लास के अंदर. सो 1.5 है, 1.5 बाई वी वी डोंट नो. म्यू वन इज हाउ मच, दिस इज एयर, एंड u is how much, r/2 with proper sign convention minus r/2. I hope sign convention आपका clear है. μ2 minus μ1 क्या लिखोगे, 0.5 divided by r. अब देखो r का sign convention आप क्या लिखोगे, इंसिडेंट लाइट ऐसे जा रहा है, r आप इधर की तरफ मेजर करोगे, opposite, right. So negative, and this you will be writing as minus r. ठीक है। अब देखो 0.5 को आप हाफ लिख सकते हो, सो यहाँ पे इसको नथिंग बट -1/2r लिख सकते हो, ठीक है। सो 1.5/v प्लस 2/r इज इक्वल टू -1/2r। सो 1.5/v तुम्हारा कितना आने वाला है, दिस विल बी -2/r, इसको 2 कर लो, सो दिस विल बिकम -4/2r -1/2r, so this is equal to -5/2r. So yes, image is getting formed on the side of object only, so this v1 is equal to 5/2r from this surface, ठीक है। सो v1 हमें मिल चुका है, v1 क्या है तुम्हारा 5/2r। नाउ लेट अस कैलकुलेट v2। सो v2 तुम्हारा क्या होगा, अगेन म्यू2 का वैल्यू क्या लिखोगे, 1.5/v माइनस म्यू1 इज 1, u इज हाउ मच -3/2r दिस टाइम, एंड दिस विल बिकम -1/2r। Then only object distance is changing, right? So 1.5 by v is equal to how much, 2/3r with negative sign, minus 1/2r. So if you solve it, how much value you will be getting? So this will become -4 -3, so that this is -7/6r, ठीक है। and v will be equal to 1.5 into 6, that will become 9, so 9r/7, -9r/7, सो दिस इज योर V2। अब देखो हमें V1 एंड V2 दोनों पता है, V2 क्या है 9r/7, डन है। सो 5/2 दिस वाज राइट, एंड ओके दिस वाज योर, नो 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 नो, दिस इज नॉट 5/2, यहाँ पे मैंने मल्टीप्लाई नहीं किया यार, let us write for that, 1.5 equal to -5/2r, 1.5 into 2 करोगे ना, v will become 1.5 into 2 3 होगा, so this is 3r/5, sorry, this is 3r/5, so 3r/5 को आप क्या लिख सकते हो, 0.6r, 9r/7 को आप क्या लिख सकते हो, देखो एक है तुम्हारा 0.6r प्लस 9r/7, so this will become 1.2 something and 7r, right? and इसको अगर आप सम कर लो तो this will become how much, this will become 1.87r, and in order to calculate separation 2r से इसको subtract करोगे, so 2r minus 1.87, I mean we are going to get something 0.1 something, right? so answer will be 0.114, क्योंकि यहाँ पे देखो 1.14 है, 0.011 ऐसा है, so third is only the option, ठीक है, अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट वी आर गेटिंग। सो या थर्ड वी विल बी गेटिंग एज द करेक्ट आंसर। Now let us deal with this. In a long glass tube, mixture of two liquid we are mixing with refractive indices 1.3 and 1.4. Now what we are doing, forms a convex refractive meniscus towards A. And this glass tube basically having mixture of A and B is forming a convex refractive meniscus towards A. So A की तरफ convex surface है, ठीक है। So चलो इधर A लेंगे, इधर क्या लेंगे B। ए का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स क्या है 1.3, बी का क्या है 1.4। नाउ इफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट इज प्लेस्ड एट 30 सेंटीमीटर फ्रॉम द वर्टेक्स ऑफ मेनिस्कस इन ए, वर्टेक्स इसको बुलाएंगे, राइट, एंड इट इज एट अ डिस्टेंस ऑफ हाउ मच 13 सेंटीमीटर, ऑब्जेक्ट इज केप्ट, okay, with a magnification -2, image is getting formed with magnification -2, then the radius of curvature of the meniscus is what? तो देखो मैग्निफिकेशन का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है, μ1/μ2 into v/u। मैग्निफिकेशन क्या है -2, μ1 क्या है रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ मीडिया इन विच इंसिडेंट लाइट विल बी, इंसिडेंट लाइट इस मीडिया में होगा, रिफ्रैक्शन इधर की तरफ होगा, राइट। सो 1.3, राइट, 1.3/1.4 इंटू वी, यू क्या लोगे आप नेगेटिव लोगे, राइट, इधर से मेजर करोगे यू नेगेटिव होगा, सो प्रॉपर साइन कन्वेंशन यूज करना है तुम्हें, -13, point will get cancelled, 13 got cancelled, and v is equal to how much, negative भी cancel होगा 28, so image is definitely getting formed on the other side, okay 28। अब आपको क्या निकालना है, रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर, तो एक काम करो, फॉर्मूला यूज कर लो, μ2/v minus μ1/u equal to μ2 minus μ1/r, so μ2 क्या है तुम्हारा 1.4/v, v कितना आया है 28, पॉजिटिव लिखेंगे, माइनस 1.3 डिवाइडेड बाई वॉट, कितना है 1.3 डिवाइडेड बाई 13 विथ नेगेटिव साइन इक्वल टू μ2 minus μ1 0.1 डिवाइडेड बाई r, r क्या दिया हुआ है, नहीं दिया हुआ है, वही हमें निकालना है, ठीक है। सो r, अब देखो 0.1 पॉइंट कैंसिल कर दो, 14/28 2, 13 से ये 1, सो 1/2 + 1, So 1 by r is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1, 3 by 2. So r is equal to how much? 3r is equal to 2. So r is equal to 2 by 3 centimeter. So correct answer should be third one. अब चेक कर लेते हैं आंसर आया हमारा कि नहीं आ चुका है, ठीक है. सो लेट अस नाउ डील विद दिस वन. चलो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन करने हैं हमें. सो यहाँ पे हो क्या रहा है क्वेश्चन में, हेमिस्फेरिकल वेसल इज कंप्लीटली फिल्ड विद रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ म्यू. Okay, a small coin is kept at the lowest point of the vessel as shown in figure. The minimum value of refractive index of liquid, so that person can see the coin from point E. Minimum value of refractive index पूछ रहा है, ठीक है. सो दैट पर्सन कैन सी कॉइन फ्रॉम ई. अब देखो ई से उसको देखना है, उसका बहुत ही अजीब सा शौक है ना. ई पॉइंट पर बैठा है एंड द पर्सन वांट्स टू सी द कॉइन. कॉइन कहाँ है? पानी के अंदर. अब ई पॉइंट को देख पर बैठकर देखने के लिए लाइट आफ्टर रिफ्रैक्शन शुड कम अलोंग दिस लाइन. सो दिस इज द केस ऑफ वेयर लाइट विल ग्रेज द सर्फेस. सो क्रिटिकल एंगल पे लाइट इंसिडेंट होना चाहिए. डन. और देखो हमें पता है क्रिटिकल एंगल का, पहले मैं फॉर्मूला लिखूंगी. सो साइन थीटा सी आप क्या लिखोगे? 1 बाई म्यू, बिकॉज सराउंडिंग मीडिया इज एयर, राइट. सो रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ डेंसर मीडिया विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू रेयर विल बिकम इक्वल टू रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ डेंसर मीडिया, ऐसा लिखा. अब देखो म्यू को मिनिमम करना है. अगर म्यू को मिनिमम करना है तो क्या होना चाहिए? म्यू मिनिमम अगर हो गया, सपोज कर लो हो गया, देन दिस विल बिकम मैक्सिमम, राइट. So if this is maximum, sin theta is maximum, right? So theta c is maximum. थीटा सी मैक्सिमम कहने का मतलब क्या है? आई मीन यू कैन, जैसे देखो यहाँ पे सपोज कर लो तुमने लाइट इंसिडेंट किया एंड देन यू आर गेटिंग क्रिटिकल एंगल फॉर सर्टेन रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ दिस लिक्विड एंड लाइट इज गोइंग लाइक दिस. यहाँ पे आपने लाइट को इंसिडेंट करवाया, देखो धीरे धीरे एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस बढ़ता जा रहा है. अगेन ग्रेजिंग सरफेस का कंडीशन मिल रहा है. Obviously refractive index has changed and here you will be getting the maximum angle of incidence for which grazing can occur. Again for a very unique value of mu over here. So देखो लाइट को इंसिडेंट आप कहाँ करवाओगे? म्यू मिनिमम के लिए यहाँ पे इंसिडेंट करवाओगे, ठीक है. और अगर यहाँ पे इंसिडेंट करवाते हो तो एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस क्या हो रहा है? ये और ये एंगल तुम्हारा क्या होगा? दिस इज रेडियस, दिस इज ऑल्सो रेडियस, राइट. बोथ आर रेडियस. और अगर ये दोनों रेडियस है, ये दोनों, तो ये एंगल क्या होने वाला है? 45. दिस एंगल ऑल्सो हाउ मच? 45. सो बेसिकली थीटा सी इज बिकमिंग 45. और अगर तुम्हारा थीटा सी 45 है तो साइन थीटा सी 1/√2 इक्वल टू 1 म्यू. म्यू क्या हो जाएगा? √2. So this explains our option third. Okay, this is correct. चलो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं. दिस इज क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम लेटरल शिफ्टिंग. लेटरल शिफ्ट क्या होता है? व्हेन आई मीन जब देखो लाइट यहाँ पे इंसिडेंट हुआ, लेट्स से एट एन एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस आई एंड इट इज entering into a media of refractive index mu, and I mean, refraction, it is suffering. This is R. This is R. And after refraction, again, it is coming back to the same media. This is angle of emergence. And you must have studied angle of emergence incidence से बराबर होता है. ठीक है. But here, what difference is happening? Angle तो बराबर हो रहा है, लेकिन अगर ये slab नहीं होता, incident light would have come in this direction. But now it is in this direction because of slab. So parallel shifting of light has occurred. This one. And by what parallelly, by what distance it has shifted, that is called lateral shift. So this distance we need to calculate here. We aim to calculate here. कैसे कर सकते हैं? देखो क्या कर सकते हैं बताओ. सो यहाँ पे आप केयरफुली देखो. वी आर गिवन व्हाट इन दिस क्वेश्चन? वी आर गिवन आई. So I is known thing. We are given h, that is width of slab, depth of slab, and angle of refraction r. R is known, I is known, h is known. So यहाँ पे देखो this I is not a variable, this r is not a variable, and this is h. So if we have to calculate this, and this angle will be how much? I mean ये पूरा angle क्या होगा? I के बराबर होगा, because this dotted line is the extended line of incident light. So this complete is I, this is r. This angle will be I minus r. So somehow if we know what will be I mean this value, this one, then ये 90 है तुम्हारा, राइट. इस ट्रायंगल को फोकस करो यहाँ पे. सो लेट्स से दिस इज डेल्टा एक्स. सो डेल्टा एक्स बाई लेट्स से दिस इज वाई. सो डेल्टा एक्स बाई वाई तुम्हारा क्या हो जाएगा? हाइट बाई हाइपोटेनस. दिस विल बिकम साइन आई माइनस आर. सो इफ यू नो व्हाट इज वाई, वाई हम निकाल सकते हैं. क्या निकाल सकते हैं? क्योंकि हमें एच गिवन है, आर भी गिवन है. सो यहाँ से आप y को निकाल लो. h बाई वाई क्या होगा बताओ? h बाई वाई विल बी इक्वल टू कॉस आर, राइट. सो दिस इज कॉस आर, y इज इक्वल टू h बाई कॉस आर, ठीक है। सो यहां से आप डेल्टा x लिख लो, y को क्या लिखोगे, h बाई कॉस आर साइन i माइनस आर। सो दिस इज दिस, right? Answer will be this one. Let us match it. H by cos r sin I minus r. This is okay. So fourth one will be correct. Yes. Now let us move to next question. The spherical surface of radius of curvature r separates air from glass. Air को glass से separate कर रहा है, ठीक है। It has radius of curvature r given in the question. Now what is this? What else is given? The center of curvature is in the glass media, ठीक है। तो ये glass है तुम्हारा, center of curvature कहीं यहाँ होगा. This is air. A point object O is placed in air. Let's say O is kept here in air on the optic axis of the surface so that its real image is getting formed at I inside glass. Let's say somewhere here, somewhere this side. अब देखो यहाँ लिख दूंगी तो एक general बात हो जाएगी, तो C को मैं हटा देती हूँ, ठीक है। So let's say I is getting formed here. Okay, and then what is said, PO is equal to PI. So P is this point on the optic axis, so this is PO, this is PI. यानी कि object distance is equal to image distance, then PO is equal to what? Purely formula based question यार, कुछ नहीं करना तुम्हें, simply you put the formula. Formula क्या होता है, mu2 by V minus mu1 by U is equal to mu2 minus mu1 by R. So here V is how much, U is how much. So V and U are given basically, तो ये given value मैं put करूंगी. Let's say this is X. So this will be also x. Let us put the values. Mu2 is how much? This is glass, right? 1.5 it is given. So this is your 1.5 divided by x, right? And x is here. Then this side image is getting formed. Object is here. So incident light is in this direction. I mean image distance you are measuring in the direction of light. So plus minus of 1 divided by minus 6, because object distance you will measure opposite to the direction of incident light, equal to 1.5 minus 1, that is half, into r. Radius of curvature is given, or what? Yes, it is given as r, and in terms of r only we need to calculate answer. So what will be this thing? 1.5 by x, and this will become plus 1 by x, and this is 1 by 2r. So this is equal to how much? 2.5 by x is equal to 1 by 2r. So clearly x is equal to 5. Done it? So we were asked to calculate PO, that is x. This is equal to 5r. So option A will be correct. Yes. Okay. Now let us move to the next. A vessel of total depth D is half filled with oil and the remaining half is filled with water. So I mean यहाँ पे देखो क्या होगा, वेसल ऑफ टोटल डेप्थ डी इज हाफ फिल्ड विथ ऑयल, ये ऑयल से हाफ फिल्ड है, एंड रिमेनिंग हाफ इज फिल्ड विथ वाटर ऑफ रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स N2. Okay, when the vessel is viewed vertically from above, what is the apparent depth of the vessel? So apparent depth तुम्हारे vessel का क्या होगा? This is the question. Let us now look at it. So you draw the diagram carefully. देखो यहाँ पे I mean, we are talking about oil and water. We know that oil is more dense, so it will be at the bottom, right? So bottom में तुम्हारा half filled जो है, that is water. So it has refractive index of N2, and less, I mean rest half portion, above half portion is filled with oil of refractive index N1. This will be the diagram, okay? When the vessel is viewed vertically from above, what is apparent depth of the vessel? So we are getting asked about apparent depth. Apparent depth आप कैसे निकालोगे? So let's say somebody is viewing this point of the bottom surface from above. So what will happen? सबसे पहले यहाँ से light ऐसे incident हुआ. At this, I mean there are two interfaces here. Interface meaning surface separating two media. Here also there is separation. So refraction होगा यहाँ पे, and light is traveling from where to where? It is traveling from optically. I mean ऐसे तो देखा जाए तो ऑयल का रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ज्यादा होता है, बट यहाँ पे कुछ N1 N2 का रिलेशन नहीं दिया हुआ है. सो वी कैन सिंपली टेक लाइक, सपोज कर लो यहाँ पे भी अवे फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल जा रहा है, वी कैन टेक राइट. सो ऐसा कुछ गया, डन है. एंड हियर अगेन लाइट इज ट्रेवलिंग फ्रॉम वाटर टू एयर अवे, सो ऐसा. सो टू रिफ्रैक्शन विल अकर, डन है. सो सबसे पहले आप ये चेक करोगे कि फर्स्ट surface के लिए object distance is this much, so this is d by 2, and for the first surface where is the image getting formed? So image देखो यहाँ पे image formation के लिए second light लोगे, second light आप normal ले लो, it will go like this. So यहाँ से light को extend करोगे, somewhere here it is meeting. So यहाँ से ये distance, this is the image distance. सो फर्स्ट के लिए इमेज डिस्टेंस निकालोगे, देन सेकेंड सर्फेस पे जो इंसिडेंट लाइट आ रहा है दैट इज कमिंग फ्रॉम इमेज गेटिंग फॉर्म बाय द फर्स्ट सर्फेस. सो फर्स्ट सेकेंड के लिए ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस क्या हो जाएगा, दिस वन, राइट. डन है. एंड देन फाइनली इमेज इज गेटिंग फॉर्म्ड वेयर हियर. सो सेकेंड सर्फेस के लिए जो इमेज डिस्टेंस होगा दैट विल बी आवर आंसर. तो चलो सबसे पहले फर्स्ट का निकालते हैं. एंड फॉर द आई मीन विच फॉर्मूला वी आर गोइंग टू यूज, म्यू टू बाई वी, I mean mu 2 by v minus mu 1 by u is equal to 0, right? Because r is infinite, this will become 0. So यहाँ पे फर्स्ट के लिए आप फर्स्ट सरफेस के लिए पहले यूज कर लो. रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट कौन से मीडिया में जा रहा है, n1. सो n1 by v minus mu 1. mu 1 is in which media? I mean mu 1 is of incident light मीडिया रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स. सो दिस इज n2 बाई u. u देखो सरफेस से नीचे की तरफ आप डिस्टेंस मेजर कर रहे हो, लाइट ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है इंसिडेंट लाइट, सो डेफिनेटली नेगेटिव. एंड दिस इज नेगेटिव ऑफ d by 2 इक्वल टू 0. सो n1 by v is equal to how much? This is your minus of 2n2 by d. सो v तुम्हारा क्या दिख रहा है, v तुम्हारा है dn1, ठीक है, dn1 by n2 d, ओके, डी बाई टू एन वन बाई एन टू. ऐसे भी मैंने बोला था अगर आपको यहाँ पे फॉर्मूला यूज करना है देन v इज इक्वल टू यू इंटू म्यू टू बाई म्यू वन, ऐसा बोला था ना. सो म्यू टू क्या है तुम्हारा, रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ मीडिया इन विच इंसिडेंट सॉरी रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट विल गो. सो यहाँ पे एन वन है वो, एंड इंसिडेंट लाइट वाला एन टू है. सो देखो एन वन बाई एन टू, यू कितना था, डी बाई टू. सो फर्स्ट सर्फेस के लिए आई मीन कहाँ बना है, चलो यहाँ पे मार्क करती हूँ मैं, यहाँ बना सपोज कर लो. एंड दिस डिस्टेंस इज हाउ मच, दिस इज इक्वल टू डी बाई टू इंटू एन टू बाई एन वन. तो इस सरफेस के लिए ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस तुम्हारा क्या हो जाएगा, आई मीन एक सेकेंड, ये वाला डिस्टेंस नहीं है ये, ठीक है. चलो सबसे पहले हम फर्स्ट सरफेस को मार्क ही कर लेते हैं. फर्स्ट सरफेस ये था, ठीक है, और इमेज कहीं यहाँ बना है, लेट्स से. सो दिस डिस्टेंस वाज गिवन एज हाउ मच, अभी अभी हमें पता चला, दैट इज इक्वल टू डी बाई टू इंटू एन टू बाई एन वन बाई एन टू था, ठीक है. सो दिस इज एन वन बाई एन टू. वट इज ऑब्जेक्ट डिस्टेंस फॉर फर्स्ट सर्फेस, सो यहाँ से डी बाई टू इसमें ऐड कर दो, दिस इज डी बाई टू. सो डी बाई टू प्लस दिस, सो दिस विल बिकम हाउ मच, डी बाई टू प्लस d by 2 n1 by n2. So this will become d by 2 and n2 plus n1 divided by n2. This is this, right? Now let us use again the formula. I mean first surface पे second surface पे light कहीं यहाँ से जाता हुआ दिखेगा. Light will refract away like this. When you will extend it, it will meet this refracted light somewhere here. So this is final image distance. ये क्या होगा बताओ, इसके लिए आप फॉर्मूला लिख लो, v इक्वल टू u इज हाउ मच, d बाई टू एन टू प्लस एन वन डिवाइडेड बाई एन टू इंटू क्या करोगे, इंटू रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ मीडिया इन विच रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट इज दैट इज 1 डिवाइडेड बाई इन विच इंसिडेंट लाइट इज दैट इज दिस वन. So this was what, this was your, I mean let's check here, this was n2, this is n1, this is n2, this is n1. So n1 में है incident light, right? So here you will be writing n1. So आंसर हमारा क्या आ रहा है, आंसर आ रहा है d n1 plus n2 divided by 2 n1 n2, ठीक है. So what will be the answer, answer will be 2, ठीक है. This is this. Now let us move to the next question. So next question देखो क्या कह रहा है, an ice cube has a bubble inside. So there is one ice cube and it has bubble inside. Let's say bubble is somewhere here. And when viewed from one side, so यहाँ से देखने पर the apparent distance of the bubble is 12 centimeter. So let's say for this side object distance is x. Done it? So apparent distance is how much, 4 centimeter. सॉरी इट इज गिवन एज 12 सेंटीमीटर, राइट. सो अगर आप यूज करते हो फॉर्मूला, देन फॉर्मूला क्या होगा, आई मीन अगेन रिफ्रैक्शन थ्रू द प्लेन सर्फेस, आप डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला यूज कर लो, v विल बी इक्वल टू दैट इज अपेरेंट डिस्टेंस विल बी इक्वल टू u इनटू लाइट कहाँ से कहाँ जाता है, ऑब्जेक्ट है यहाँ, ऑब्जेक्ट इज इनसाइड ice cube, right? So light will come from this media and it will go, I mean like this, okay, away from the normal like this, ठीक है. अगेन डायग्राम करेक्ट नहीं है, प्रॉपरली मैंने नहीं बनाया, जस्ट आई एम गिविंग यू सेंस ऑफ लाइट किधर से किधर जाएगा, ठीक है. सो लाइट विल मूव फ्रॉम आइस क्यूब इनटू एयर, क्योंकि ऑब्जर्वर कहाँ है, एयर पे, ठीक है. सो लाइट ट्रेवल्स फ्रॉम ऑब्जेक्ट टू ऑब्जर्वर, इंसिडेंट लाइट इनसाइड आइस क्यूब एंड रिफ्रैक्टेड लाइट इनटू एयर. सो एयर 1 डिवाइडेड बाय रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ दिस मीडिया, तो म्यू ले लो आप इसका, that is not given. Actually, we have to calculate that. So V equal to this. V is given as 12 centimeter. U को मैंने x लिया है. Sign convention में नहीं use कर रही. Let us only deal with the magnitude. So x by mu. This is this. Now what else is said when viewed from the opposite side? जब आप opposite side से देखोगे, यहाँ से देख रहे हो air में बैठकर, then this object distance will become how much? 24 minus x, because this whole length is 24 centimeter. ठीक है? And then apparent distance of the bubble is observed as 4 centimeter. So apparent distance तुम्हारा क्या है? 4 centimeter. फिर से यूज करोगे आप, v है 4 centimeter and u is how much? 24 minus x, and this will become equal to 1 by mu. ठीक है? So if you solve it, it will be how much? 4 is equal to 24 minus x by mu. डन है? x का वैल्यू आप यहाँ से पुट कर सकते हो, राइट? x is how much? x is equal to 12 mu. So right? Yes. Let us put that value. So 4 is equal to 24 minus 12 mu is equal to divided by mu. Done it? So 4 mu is plus 12 mu is equal to 24. So mu is equal to how much? 12 plus 4, 16. 24 by 16. So this will become how much? This is this, this is this, this is this. So 3 by 2. This will be your answer. So simply you needed to put the formula and get the answer. So 3 by 2. I mean 2 will be the answer. Okay. Chalo. So now this is the question. The critical angle for a denser rarer interface is 45 degree. So theta c is given as 45 degree. Speed of light in the rarer media is this. What is the speed of light in the denser media? डन है. सो साइन थीटा को आप क्या लिखते हो? साइन थीटा सी को आप क्या लिखोगे? 1 बाई म्यू डी आर, राइट? सो दिस इज इक्वल टू म्यू आर बाई म्यू डी. म्यू आर को आप क्या लिख सकते हो? सी बाई velocity of light in rarer media, c by velocity of light in denser media. Sin theta c, sin 45, and this is equal to how much? c c cancel होगा, देख लो, vd by vr. ठीक है? एंड दिस इज लाइट इन रेयर मीडिया में वेलोसिटी क्या है? 3 into 10 to the power 8. So this is, sorry, this is vd basically, and this divided by 3 into 10 to the power 8. So vd will be equal to how much? Vd is going to be equal to sine 45 into 3 into 10 to the power 8. That is 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by root 2. राइट? सो ऑप्शन को चलो क्लोजली देखते हैं. 2.125 रूट 2. हाँ, this will be near about this, right? Because 3 by root 2. It will be near about this one. Okay, so correct option should be second. You have got it, right? Now again, assertion region. Assertion क्या कह रहा है? The phase difference of two light waves change if they travel through different media having same thicknesses but different indices of refraction. कह रहा है हमारे पास दो स्लैब है. Let's say इनका width same है. I mean this is T and this is also here T, but they have different refractive indices. Okay, mu1, mu2, and then it is said that light will when they will travel through these two slabs, and light coming out through these two slabs will have different phases. Is it correct? Yes, it is correct, because light is traveling different distances optically. Geometrically तो t distance चलेगा, but optical path length आपने पढ़ा होगा. Wave optics में जब आप path difference निकालते हो, optical path difference निकालते हो. डन है? So यहाँ पे first मीडिया में जो डिस्टेंस चला है that is mu1t, second मीडिया में mu2t. And if mu1 and mu2 is not equal, then there is path difference, and that is equal to mu1 minus mu2t. If mu1 is greater than mu2, and so on. Done it? So there will be path difference, and hence there will be phase difference. Done it? So this is correct. The wavelength of wave are different in different media in the light of above statements. Choose the appropriate answer. So region ये कह रहा है कि ऐसा इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि wavelength of waves are different in different media. Yes, ये ऐसा इसलिए हो रहा है क्योंकि जो ऑप्टिकल लेंथ हम मेजर करते हैं वो हम मेजर करते हैं वेवलेंथ के टर्म में. आपको भी पता है वेवलेंथ रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स पे डिपेंड करेगा, राइट? क्योंकि स्नेल्स लॉ जब हमने लिखा था, साइन आई बाई साइन आर लिखा, एंड दिस वाज mu2 बाई mu1, एंड दिस वाज इक्वल टू v1 बाई v2, एंड दिस वाज इक्वल टू लैम्डा 1 बाई लैम्डा 2. आप यहाँ से डायरेक्टली देखो, म्यू इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू वेवलेंथ. अगर मीडिया डेंसर होता है तो वेवलेंथ तुम्हारा क्या हो जाएगा? घट जाएगा, यानी कि लाइट कॉम्प्रेस दिखेगा ऐसा. और अगर रेयरर है तो लाइट कुछ ऐसा दिखेगा. और हम जो ऑप्टिकल लेंथ मेजर करते हैं वो वेवलेंथ के टर्म में मेजर करते हैं. 1 वेवलेंथ, 2 वेवलेंथ, 3 वेवलेंथ, राइट? सो ऑब्वियसली, आई मीन Optical path length is becoming different because of wavelength of waves are different in different media. So region is also correct. Both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. So third will be your correct answer. ठीक है? So this is your correct answer. चलो आगे बढ़ते. आगे क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है? A monochromatic light wave with wavelength lambda 1 and frequency mu 1 in air enters another medium if the angle of incidence, angle of refraction at the interface are 45 degree. So this is 45, this is 30 degree. Then wavelength lambda 2 and frequency mu 2 of refracted waves are. So frequency तो change नहीं होगा, mu 1 will be equal to mu 2. So f1 equal to f2. Frequency change नहीं होता upon refraction, right? Now let's check for the wavelength. So sin I by sin R को आप क्या लिखोगे? This will be lambda 1 by lambda 2, right? Sin I is how much? 1 by root 2. Sin R is how much? 1 by 2. ठीक है, so this is lambda 1 by lambda 2. Lambda 2 is equal to how much? आप देख लो यहाँ से. This will become root 2. So lambda 2 is nothing but lambda 1 by root 2. So 1 by root 2 lambda 1. Second should be the correct answer. Yes, it is correct. ठीक है, चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. आगे क्वेश्चन क्या दिया हुआ है? लाइट enters from air into a given medium at an angle of 45 degree with interface of air medium surface. So air medium का surface है. Let's say this is media, this is air, and light is incident at an angle of how much? 45 degree. After refraction, the light rays deviated through an angle of 15 degree from its original direction. Original direction will be this, and it is getting deviated. It will refract towards the normal. So deviation angle is how much? 15 degree. The refractive index of the medium is. So this hole is 45, this is 15, angle of refraction 30 degree. I and R is known, right? So we can use here Snell's law, we can calculate mu. So chalo Snell's law use karte hain. So 1 into sin 45 is equal to mu into sin 30, that is half. So mu is equal to how much? It is root 2. So correct answer will be 1.414. So क्या होने वाला आंसर? C. ठीक है? Now let us solve this question. In this question, we are provided with mu r and epsilon r values basically, and then what we are asked to calculate uh, after passing through medium 1, the speed of light v2 in medium 2 will be. So what will be the speed of light in medium 2? Medium 2 का देखो epsilon r mu r thing is given. So basically speed of light को how we can relate it with permeability and permittivity. So speed of light is simply written as 1 by root under epsilon mu. Epsilon is permittivity of the media, mu is permeability of the media. So epsilon can be written as what? It can be written as epsilon naught epsilon r. Okay? And mu can be written as mu naught mu r. Done hai? And if you calculate the speed of light in vacuum, in that case c will become how much? Epsilon will become epsilon naught, mu will become mu naught. So 1 by root under epsilon naught mu naught is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8. Rest, I mean, let us put it here. So 1 by, this will become how much? Epsilon naught mu naught, epsilon r mu r. So root under epsilon naught mu naught is equal to how much? This is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by root under epsilon r mu r, which is equal to 9 into 1. So 9 basically, and this will become 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So correct answer तुम्हारा क्या होने वाला है? A. ठीक है? Now let us move to the next question. And what is said here? Light travels through two media, M1 and M2, with a speed this and this. The critical angle between the two media. So हमें पता है, sorry, critical angle क्या लिखते हैं? Tan theta c. Okay. So sin theta c here. Sin theta c is written as what? This is 1 by refractive index of denser media with respect to rarer. So this is mu r by mu d. And in terms of velocity, if you write, mu r can be written as c by velocity of light in rarer media, c by velocity of light in denser media. So this can be written as what? This can be written as Vd divided by Vr. Okay. So now let us put it. I mean, sin theta c हमें निकालना है. Velocity of light in denser media will be lesser. Okay. So this is 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 2 into 10 to the power 8. So this is this. If you solve it, you will be getting how much? 15 by 20. So this is your nothing but 3 by 4. So theta c is how much? Theta c is sine inverse 3 by 4. So sin inverse 3/4 is there option? No, ऑप्शन में नहीं है. Then what we need to do, एक काम करो, sin theta c कितना आया है? Let's say this angle is theta c. Sin theta c is 3/4. So let's say this is 3, this is 4. In that case, this will become how much? 16 minus 9 root 7. So tan theta c निकाल कर चेक करते हैं, ऑप्शन में है क्या? हाँ, 3/√7 है भी. So tan theta c तुम्हारा क्या होगा? 3/√7. Done it? So theta c is how much? This is tan inverse, uh, tan inverse 3/√7. Okay. So correct answer should be A. Yes, this is the correct one. Okay. Now let us move to the next question. And what is said in here? Time taken by light to travel in two different materials, A and B of refractive indices mu and mu B of same thickness is T1 and T2. ठीक है. सो सपोज कर लो हमारे पास दो मटेरियल है, दोनों का थिकनेस सेम है. सो लेट अस से ये x थिकनेस का है, दिस इज ऑफ x थिकनेस, बट दे रिफ्रैक्टिव indices are different. So let's say this is mu a, here it is mu a and here it is mu b. So time taken to travel through this A portion is how much? T1, and that through B portion is how much? T2. So here time taken is T1 and here time taken is T2. T2 minus T1 thing is given and mu A to mu B ratio is given. Then thickness of material यानी कि X की बात कर रहा है in terms of VA, VB and this thing. Okay? कैसे निकाल सकते हैं? देखो T2, T1, T1 निकाल लो आप. T1 क्या होगा? Time taken to cross this thing, and that will be x by velocity of light in the A media, so VA, and T2 will be equal to how much? T2 will be x by VB. So T2 minus T1 क्या होगा? X को कॉमन ले लो, 1 by VB minus 1 by VA. ठीक है. What we have to talk about, we have to calculate this x thing, and what is given here? This is given as 5 into 10 to the power minus 10. What else we can do? एक चीज और given है, देखो mu a to mu b is 1:2. देखो mu a by mu b क्या होगा? This is 1:2. Mu a can be written as what? C by VA, and mu b can be written as C by VB. This is half. Okay, it means VB by VA is equal to half. So VB by VA is half. Let us do something here. एक काम करो, VA से multiply कर दो हर जगह. So here VA I am writing, here VA, and here also it will become VA. So VA by VA is, this is 1 basically, and VA by VB, right? So okay, VB by VA हमें half मिला है, so VA by VB क्या हो जाएगा? 2, right? So this is 2 minus 1, right? So x is equal to, directly आ गया देखो, 5 into 10 to the power minus 10 into VA. So this is the value, right? And if we look at option, this will be A. Then, so correct option should be A. Yes. Now let us look at this question. What is said in here? The speed of light in media A and B are this and this. A ray of light travels from B to A. So it is traveling from B to A. Incident light is in B and refracted light is in A. And strikes the interface at an angle of incidence theta. This angle is theta given. If the rays undergoes total internal reflection, sorry, पहले ही प्रिडिक्ट कर लिया मैंने. दिस इज केस ऑफ बेसिकली टोटल इंटरनल रिफ्लेक्शन, रिफ्रैक्शन नहीं हो रहा. देन विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज करेक्ट? ठीक है. सो बेसिकली दिस इज रेयर मीडिया एंड इट विल गेट टोटली इंटरनली रिफ्लेक्टेड. सो वी आर टॉक्ड अबाउट व्हाट, थीटा का रेंज पूछ रहा है बेसिकली. डन है. दिस थीटा कैन बी व्हाट? सो थीटा हैज टू बी ग्रेटर देन थीटा सी. सिंपल है, राइट? सो साइन थीटा हैज टू बी ग्रेटर देन व्हाट? साइन थीटा सी. एंड थीटा सी को आप क्या लिखोगे? साइन थीटा सी को this is 1 by mu, because one media has a refractive index. Okay, it's not air, right? So mu dr आप लिख लो. And what is given here? Speed of light in medium 1. So uh, speed of light in media A is given this one and B is given this one, and ray of light travels from medium B to A. So B के केस में आप चेक कर लो, इसका रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स म्यू B ले लेते हैं, इसका म्यू A ले लेते हैं. ठीक है. सो म्यू A अगर आप निकालते हो, स्पीड ऑफ लाइट इन दिस मीडिया इज 2 into 10 to the power 10. So this will become C divided by 2 into 10 to the power 10. Okay, and mu B will be equal to how much? C divided by 1.5 into how much? 10 to the power 10. Okay, अब यहाँ पे देखो 1 by mu d r. So this will be equal to how much? Mu d by mu r. So this is mu r by mu d. And mu r, that is your basically mu a, right? So this is C by 2 into 10 to the power 10. So 2 into 10 to the power 10 मैं लिख रही हूँ, and mu b, basically mu d, this will be c by this, so 1.5 into 10 to the power 10, क्योंकि c and c will get cancelled, right? So this is this one. अब आप देख लो sin theta is greater than how much? 10 10 cancel होगा, 1.5 15 by 20, right? So this will become how much? 3 by 5. So sin theta is greater than, basically, not 5 4, sorry. So sin theta is greater than how much? This is 3 by 4. Done it? So theta is greater than sin inverse 3 by 4. So which one should be correct? D should be correct. Okay, so yeah, D is correct. So इस क्वेश्चन में हमें कुछ नहीं करना, सिंपली देखो हमें क्रिटिकल एंगल निकालना है, एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू 1 बाई म्यू डी आर. बेसिकली यू नीड टू फिगर आउट म्यू आर बाई म्यू डी क्या होगा, और हमें पता है डेंसर मीडिया कौन सा है, रेयर मीडिया कौन सा है, बिकॉज the media in which light is incident will be denser, because total internal reflection happens when light is trying to travel from denser to rarer. So incident light has to be in denser media. So B is denser, A is rarer. ऐसे भी आपको velocity से भी दिख रहा है, speed of light in A is greater, so this is rarer, and B is denser, right? So accordingly you can put things and you can get the answer. उसके बाद आपको बस refractive index को velocity के term में लिखने आना चाहिए. If you know that, you can easily crack it, right? So question is not difficult, it's very easy, I'd say. Now let's focus on this one. A light wave traveling linearly in a medium of dielectric constant 4. Dielectric constant is what? That is epsilon r. Relative permittivity is dielectric constant. So this is 4. Incident on the horizontal interface separating medium with air. So this is the medium and it is separating, I mean this surface is separating it with air. The angle of incidence for which total intensity of incident wave will be reflected back into the same media. So angle of incidence क्या होना चाहिए so that light will get reflected back? So it should be critical angle, right? So critical angle आप कैसे निकालते हो? Sin theta c is equal to how much? 1 by mu. 1 here I am writing because air and media की बात है. Mu d r करोगे, mu r is 1. Okay, so this is 1 by mu. Mu आप कैसे निकालोगे? So mu is what? Mu is basically your c divided by velocity of light in this media, and c can be written as what, or v can be written as what? देखो v को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? v को लिख सकते हैं, चलो let us do it here. So v can be written as 1 by root under epsilon mu. So this can be written as 1 by epsilon naught mu naught. This is how much? Epsilon r mu r. So 1 by root under epsilon naught mu naught is c divided by root under epsilon r mu r. तो देखो epsilon r का value is 4, mu r is 1. Okay, so this is basically 4. So this is nothing but c by 2. Done है? So v is c by 2. अब आप यहाँ पे put कर दो. So mu is c by v basically. So c by 2. So this is 2. Okay. So this will become how much? Mu is equal to 2 basically. So 1 by 2. Theta c is equal to 30 degree. So answer will be how much? It will be B. Done it? So correct answer has to be B. Now let us move to the next question. The difference in the speed of light in two medium is this one. If the refractive index of medium B is this, then ratio of refractive index of medium B to that of A will be what? Done it? What we are given? We are given their velocity difference. So VA minus VB is given. This is 2.6 into 10 to the power 7. Refractive index of medium B is given. So mu b तुम्हारा क्या होगा? C by VB. Then this is given as how much? 1.47. So basically VB is given. VB is how much? C by 1.47. Okay. And then what we have to calculate? Then the ratio of refractive index of medium B to that of medium A. So हमें basically निकालना है mu B by mu A. And this will be equal to how much? Mu B को आप क्या लिख सकते हो? C by VB. ठीक है. Mu A को क्या लिख सकते हो? C by VA. So basically we have to talk about VA by VB. डन है. अब यहाँ पे देखो VA by VB अगर हमें करना है तो इसको VB से डिवाइड कर दो, इसको भी VB से डिवाइड कर दो. So VA by VB we have to calculate. So this is what we need to find out. -1 is equal to 2.6 into 10 to the power 7 divided by divided by C first of all. So C is equal to how much? 3 into 10 to the power 8 into 1.47 को चलो मैं 1.5 ले लेती हूँ. ठीक है. So this will become how much? 10 to the power 8, 10 to the power 7, 110 is left here, and then this will be 0.5. Okay, and 2.6 into 5 करोगे तो 13 होता है. 26 into 5 क्या होता है? 130. So this will become 1.3 basically, and then this will become 0.13, right? So VA minus VB is how much? 1.13 something. Done है. So correct answer should not be B, it should be C. Let us check. Yeah, it should be C. ठीक है. सो यहाँ से भी देखो, दिस इज 0.13, 1 को ऐड करोगे 1.13. सो VA by VB is how much? VA by VB is equal to 1.13. I hope you got it. Now let us move to the next portion. So what is said here? Glass tumbler having inner depth of 17.5 centimeter is kept on a table. हमारे पास एक टेबल है, सॉरी एक टम्बलर है, इट इज केप्ट ऑन अ टेबल एंड इट्स डेप्थ इज हाउ मच? 17.5. ठीक है. A student starts pouring water. Students water डाल रहा है into it while looking at the surface of water from the above. So water is getting poured into it while the person is looking into the tumbler through the water. And at a point he feels the tumbler is half filled. किसी भी समय उसको ऐसा लगता है कि टम्बलर आधा भर चुका है. सो एक्चुअली इट इज नॉट हाफ फिल्ड बट इट फील्स लाइक. क्यों? क्योंकि देखो जब ये पर्सन ऐसे देख रहा होगा, ही इज सीइंग दिस बॉटम एंड दिस बॉटम विल फील लिफ्टेड अप sort of, right? क्योंकि पानी के अंदर है ये बॉटम, सो इट विल apparent depth will be different from this half one, right? So अगर उसे दिख रहा है कि ये half filled है, actually it is not half filled, apparently it is half filled, right? So he feels, इसलिए यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, he feels that the tumbler is half filled. He stops pouring water and at that instant he stops pouring water. Up to what height the tumbler is actually filled? तो actually कितने height तक filled है? तो सपोज कर लो उसने आई मीन सपोज कर लो दिस हाइट, आई मीन द पर्सन हैज poured water up to this x depth. ठीक है. एंड दिस x इज नॉट क्लियरली इक्वल टू 17.5 by 2. सो मैं कह रही हूँ ये x है. अगर ये x है तो ये कितना होगा? 17.5 माइनस x. एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू पर्सन उसको क्या लग रहा है? ये x इसका हाफ है. आई मीन सॉरी, ये जो x है 17.5 का हाफ है, यानी कि दिस 17.5 माइनस एक्स विल बी इक्वल टू apparent apparent height because of this x water filled. डन है. सो एक्चुअली ये वाटर कितने हाइट तक है? x तक है. इसका अपेरेंट कितना होगा बताओ? सो v इज इक्वल टू, यू विल बी राइटिंग u इनटू लाइट. कहां से कहां जाएगा? लाइट विल ट्रेवल फ्रॉम बॉटम टू द आउटसाइड. सो लाइट इज ट्रेवलिंग फ्रॉम म्यू टू 1. सो हियर म्यू टू इज 1 by mu. So basically x, u is x, right? So x by mu, mu is how much? It is 4 by 3. So 3 by 4, 3x by 4. So basically this is 3x by 4 and this 3x by 4 apparently feels like it is equal to 17.5 minus x. क्योंकि जब उसने x डेप्थ तक पानी डाला है, he feels like कि ये half filled है. इसका मतलब जो apparent depth दिख रहा है 3x by 4 feels like it is equal to 17.5 minus 6 because this is the portion unfilled. और उसे अगर लग रहा है टम्बलर हाफ फिल्ड है तो अनफिल्ड एंड फिल्ड आर इक्वल, राइट? सो फिल्ड इज apparently 3x by 4, unfilled is really 17.5 minus x. We need to equate it. So if you equate it, how much value you will be getting? 7x by 4 is equal to 17.5 and 7x will be equal to 17.5 into 4 and if you do this, this will become 70, right? So x is equal to 10. Answer will be 2. Done. So correct answer has to be B. Now let us move to the next portion. What we are asked, a ray of light entering from air into a denser medium of refractive index 4 by 3 as shown in the figure. The light ray suffers total internal reflection at the adjacent surfaces as shown. So basically light is entering from air. So light is initially where? It is in air. Okay? Light is in air and it is entering from air into a denser media of refractive index 4 by 3. The light ray suffers total internal reflection at the adjacent surface as shown. So here, ठीक है, the maximum value of angle theta, theta max पूछ रहा है क्या होगा? तो देखो सबसे पहले we need to relate things. ऐसा हमने एक क्वेश्चन और किया, right? So I mean theta max को how we can relate it with theta double dash, because theta double dash should be greater than theta c. And theta double dash can be related with this theta dash. How? This angle will be 90. This is theta double dash. This is theta dash. So this is equal to 90 minus theta double dash. Or you can say, okay, sorry, theta double dash minus 90. Okay. So this is equal to, or you just do the summation यार, इतना confusion क्यों है? I mean, देखो, theta double dash plus theta dash is equal to 90. So theta dash is equal to how much? Obviously 90 minus theta dash. So I was correct to write that actually. So this is this. Done it? And if you are able to relate theta dash with theta double dash, which will be greater than theta c, we can actually connect theta dash with theta. और यू कैन से वी कैन कनेक्ट थीटा विद थीटा सी, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जब हम स्नेल्स लॉ यूज करेंगे वी कैन कनेक्ट थीटा डैश एंड थीटा डैश इज गेटिंग कनेक्टेड विद थीटा सी. सो देयर इज कनेक्शन. लेट अस बिल्ड दैट. एंड हाउ यू विल बिल्ड इट? चलो करते हैं ये काम. सो सबसे पहले आप एक काम करो, यहाँ पे स्नेल्स लॉ लिख लो इस पॉइंट पे. ओके, at this point. So what will be the Snell's law? 1 into sine theta, right? So 1 into sine theta is equal to mu, that is 4 by 3 sine theta dash. Then this is the relation. Now you just go with the inequality. Theta will be greater than theta c. Okay, sorry, theta double dash will be greater than theta c because internal reflection is happening here. Here is the incident light is making an angle theta double dash. So theta double dash has to be greater than theta c. Take sine on the both sides. Sine theta double dash will be greater than sine theta c, and that is equal to 1 by mu, that is 3 by 4. So this is this, right? Now sin theta double dash को आप क्या लिख सकते हो? 90 minus theta dash. So this is greater than theta by 4. यानी कि cos theta dash is greater than 3 by 4. Done है? And here we know that, I mean sin theta is this. Theta dash is how much? Sin theta dash, it is equal to 3 by 4 sin theta. So cos theta dash, can we write in terms of theta? Yes. So cos theta dash तुम्हारा क्या होगा? This will be equal to root under 1 minus 9 by 16 sin square theta. Right? So cos theta dash को यहाँ पे आप क्या लिख सकते हो? 1 minus 9 by 16 sin square theta. चलो square कर लेते हैं. So 9 by 16. Let us do the thing now. So if you do it here, 1 minus 9 by 16 will be 7 by 16 is greater than 9 by 16 sine square theta. Done it? 16 will get cancelled. 9 sine square theta is less than 7. So sine theta is less than root 7 by 3. So it is less than this. So max will be root 7 by 3. And that equality will hold when theta will be theta c. Okay? So what we are getting asked, the maximum value of angle theta. So that can be for theta dash becoming equal to theta c, and that max value will be equal to root 7 by 3. So correct answer क्या होना चाहिए? Root 7 by 3 sin theta. So sin inverse root 7 by 3. A should be the correct, and it is correct, right? So this is sorted. Now let us move to this. A ray of light. A ray of light passes from denser media to a rarer media at an angle of incidence I. So this is I, right? The reflected ray and refracted rays make an angle of 90 degree. So this is your reflected ray and this is refracted ray. Angle between these two, so R plus R dash is said to be, I mean this separation is said to be 90 and this whole is 180. So R plus R dash is 90, right? This is 90. Done hai? Okay. The angle of reflection, because it is said that reflected and refracted rays make an angle of 90. So this is 90. So R plus R is 90, right? The angle of refraction and reflection are respectively, I mean, angle of reflection is R and angle of refraction is R dash. So we have to relate critical angle, we have to calculate. ठीक है. सो क्रिटिकल एंगल क्या होगा बताओ. सो यहां से अगर आप रिलेशन लिखोगे तो I will be equal to R here. ठीक है. I is given, R is given, so I is equal to R and R plus R dash is equal to how much? 90. So basically R is equal to I, so this can be written as I plus R dash is equal to 90. ठीक है. और you can clearly write from here, ये भी नहीं लिखते हो तो यहाँ से आप देख लो R dash will be equal to how much? 90 minus R. ओके, वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट क्रिटिकल एंगल. और क्रिटिकल एंगल के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए? देखो साइन थीटा सी वी नीड टू कैलकुलेट एंड दिस विल बी इक्वल टू हाउ मच? रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ दिस मीडिया, लेट्स से दिस इज म्यू. This is mu, let's say, and it is going into another rarer media. denser to rarer media at an angle of incidence I. Let's say it has a refractive index of mu d and it has a refractive index of mu r. So sine theta c will be equal to how much? 1 by mu d r. That is mu r by mu d. How we can calculate this mu r and mu d? Let us write here a Snell's law. Here if you write Snell's law, what you will be writing? Mu denser sine I is equal to mu rarer sine r. दिस वी कैन राइट राइट. और आर को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? देखो यहां से आर को वी कैन राइट, आई मीन आर कैन बी रिटन एज, आर कैन बी रिटन एज आर इज इक्वल टू आई राइट. बट एक्चुअली यहाँ पे देखो आर को ध्यान से लिखो, दिस इज आर डैश बेसिकली एंगल ऑफ रिफ्रैक्शन. सो आर डैश को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं? 90 माइनस आर लिख सकते हैं राइट. सो यहाँ से आप एक काम करो, आर को लिखो, आर डैश को 90 माइनस आर. सो म्यू डी साइन आई is equal to mu r. This is how much? R dash is 90 minus r. So sin 90 minus r will become how much? Cos r. ठीक है. So mu d I की जगह r भी लिख सकते हैं. So sin r is equal to mu r cos r. ठीक है. So sin r by cos r, that is tan r, is equal to mu r by mu d. So mu r by mu d is how much? This is tan r. और यहाँ पे हमें mu r by mu d ही करना है राइट. Done it. So sin theta c is equal to how much? This is equal to tan r basically. Correct? This is tan r. Yes. So what will be the value of theta c? Sin inverse tan r. So fourth looks like correct. Let us check. Yes, it is correct. Okay. So हमें कुछ नहीं करना था. देखो I is equal to r होगा from laws of reflection, incident reflection. R and R dash are related 90. यहाँ पे हमने स्नेल्स लॉ यूज किया. इफ यू आर यूजिंग दैट, म्यू डी साइन आई इज इक्वल टू म्यू आर साइन आर डैश को 90 माइनस आर कर सकते हो क्योंकि आर प्लस आर डैश वाज 90 राइट. सो फ्रॉम हियर आई को आर लिख सकते हो एंड फ्रॉम हियर वी आर गेटिंग tan r राइट. Let us now do this question. So three rays of light, namely red, green and blue, are incident on the face of PQ of a right angled prism PQR. ठीक है. One thing is missing in the question. This is not only right angled prism, rather this is also isosceles prism. Okay. So this thing is PQ is equal to QR basically. So angle तुम्हारा क्या हो जाएगा यहाँ से? This is 45 and this is your 45. ठीक है. So this thing we will take. Now the refractive index indices of the material of the prism for red, green and blue wavelengths are this. You know that refractive index is function of wavelength. ठीक है. It is function of wavelength. And how it depends on wavelength? Cauchy's formula you must have learned. A plus B by lambda का square. Sort of. It is like this. Okay. So wavelength से वो depend करता है, but यहाँ पे तो directly relation हमें, I mean option, sorry, values are given, so we don't need to bother about this thing. But yes, refractive index depends on the wavelength of light. So different light के लिए this prism का refractive indices different होगा. So for red it is given as how much? 1.27. And for green it is given as how much? 1.42. And for blue it is given as how much? 1.49. ठीक है. अब देखो यहाँ पे क्या कह रहा है, द कलर ऑफ रे इमर्जिंग आउट ऑफ द फेस पी आर. सो पी आर फेस से कौन सी लाइट बाहर जाएगी? दिस लाइट इज इंसिडेंट एट व्हाट एंगल? एट एन एंगल ऑफ 45 degree. So which light will get totally internally reflected? For which critical angle theta will be what? Theta will be less than 45 degree. So if theta c is less than 45 degree, then light will get totally internally reflected. और बाहर कौन आएगा? जिसका critical angle 45 से बड़ा है. ठीक है. So theta c will be greater than 45 degree for light to come out. So let us focus on this relation. And if we focus on this relation, then we can write what? I mean, let us do. So let us write it. I mean, theta should be greater than, theta c should be greater than 45 in order for light to come out. ठीक है. Sin का value दोनों side ले लो. Sin theta c should be greater than how much? Sin 45. And sin theta c can be written as 1 by mu, right? Because I mean outside media is air basically. So 1 by mu dr, mu d will, it will become equal to mu d. So 1 by mu is greater than 1 by root 2. Done है. It means mu should be what? Mu should be less than root 2. Agree? Because inequality sign will get reversed if we are I mean reversing the things. जैसे 2 is greater than I mean let's say 3 is greater than 2, but 1 by 3 is less than 1 by 2. ठीक है, सो इनइक्वालिटी साइन ऑपोजिट हो जाएगा, म्यू लेस देन रूट टू। सो अगर म्यू का वैल्यू लेस देन रूट टू है, देन थीटा सी विल बी ग्रेटर देन 45। लेट अस चेक म्यू का वैल्यू लेस देन रूट टू किसके लिए है। सो दिस इज रूट टू मीनिंग 1.414, ठीक है। सो 1.42 green, it will, I mean, graze the surface almost. Mu blue, it is greater than this of, so basically it will totally internally reflect, and this is your less than 1.414, so this will come out red light. So here red light will come out, okay. So this was this. Red light differs from blue light as they have, इसमें तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है, different frequencies and different wavelengths, right? So उनकी frequency different होती है, उनका wavelength different होता है, so option one will be correct, right? Now let us solve this question. What is said in here? There is a small source of light at some depth below the surface of water in a tank of large cross-sectional surface area. So हमारे पास एक बड़ा सा टैंक है और ये टैंक तुम्हारा पानी से भरा हुआ है, ठीक है? And then there is a source of light kept at the bottom. So यहाँ पे suppose कर लो एक source of light है. Now what else is given? Neglecting any reflection from the bottom and absorption by water, percentage of light that emerges out of the surface. So we have to talk about how much percentage of light which is getting released from the source is actually coming out from the surface. And while this is happening, we have to neglect certain thing. I mean, जब देखो यहाँ से light ऐसे निकलेगा, some of it get may absorbed by water, but we have to consider that there is no absorption happening. And also देखो light ऐसे जा रहा है, it may get reflected back to this surface, and after again reflection from this surface it can reach to the top and can come out. So such light coming out, we have to neglect. It means we have to take that there is no such light coming out. Okay, so basically we have to deal with simply light directly coming from the source which is coming out from this surface. ठीक है, now the question is कि यहाँ से जो भी light directly आ रहा है to the top surface, will all light come out? सो द आंसर विल बी नो, क्योंकि देखो लाइट कहाँ से कहाँ ट्रेवल करने की कोशिश कर रहा है, डेंसर से रेयरर की तरफ जाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. एंड वी नो दैट व्हेन लाइट ट्रेवल्स फ्रॉम डेंसर टू रेयरर मीडिया, देयर विल बी वन एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस एट विच यू विल बी गेटिंग क्रिटिकल एंगल. एंड क्रिटिकल एंगल पे तुम्हारा लाइट क्या करता है, ग्रेज करता है सरफेस को. एंड इफ यू इंक्रीज एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस बियॉन्ड इट, व्हाट विल हैपन, लाइट विल गेट रिफ्लेक्टेड बैक. Done it. So until the point you reach to the critical angle, uh, up to that point also only light will be able to come out. Done it. Otherwise what will happen, if light is getting incident, such a way incident angle is greater than critical angle, light will simply reflect back to the water. Done it. So light जो है तुम्हारा वो certain region से ही बाहर आएगा, and that region is this much. Done it. नाउ व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज ऑफ लाइट कमिंग आउट. अब परसेंटेज की बात आप कैसे करोगे, जैसे देख लो यहाँ पे तुम्हारा क्या रखा हुआ है, सोर्स. नाउ दिस इज अ स्मॉल सोर्स, लाइट कमिंग आउट फ्रॉम इट विल बी, आई मीन it will come out in all these directions. So if we have to talk about area surface which is receiving 100% of its light, then we will talk about this spherical surface. Then this spherical surface is receiving 100%, and this spherical surface is making an angle of 4 pi steradian, that is solid angle at the source point, right? So if a solid angle getting formed at the source is 4 pi, then light getting received is 100%. So let's say it is P. P amount of energy is coming out from the source per second. So अगर तुम्हारा solid angle 4 pi form हो रहा है तो P amount receive कर रहा है, which is actually 100%, right? So if somehow we are able to calculate what will be the solid angle getting formed by this area at the source, we can easily calculate how much percentage of light is coming out. Now how we can achieve this one? So आपने एक formula पढ़ा होगा, if there is a disk sort of a structure which has a radius r and which is having area pi r square, then at any point here which is making certain angle with this angle I'm talking about, let's say theta, then solid angle getting formed at this point by this disk sort of a structure will be how much, it will be equal to 2 pi 1 minus cos theta. Okay, so somehow if we know theta, we can easily calculate what solid angle getting formed, and we know theta, right? थीटा को हम इजिली निकाल सकते हैं. देखो यहाँ पे थीटा तुम्हारा क्या होगा, इफ यू सी केयरफुली, इस ये जो सर्कल है इसके सेंटर से आप ऐसे इसको कंबाइन कर लो, दिस इज थीटा सी, राइट? बिकॉज लाइट इज ग्रेजिंग फॉर दिस एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस. डन है. So this is also theta c from alternate angle, right? So we can calculate sine theta c. And if we know sine theta c, we know cos theta c, right? So let us use Snell's law at this point. If you use it, angle of incidence sine theta c into 4 by 3 will be equal to how much? Angle of refraction, that is sine 90 into 1. Okay, so sine theta c is equal to how much? 4 by 3. What will be cos theta c? So आप ऐसे triangle बना लो. Let's say this is theta c. So this is your 4, this is your 3. This will become root 7, right? So cos theta c is root 7 by 3. यानी कि solid angle तुम्हारा क्या है? 1 minus root 7 by how much it is? Root 7 by, okay. यहाँ मैंने 4 by 3 नहीं, this is 3, this is 4, right? This will be 3, this will be 4, because sine theta, height by hypotenuse, 3 by 4, right? And this is root 7, so cos theta is root 7 by 4. ठीक है? So this is this. This is the solid angle. अब आप देखो क्वेश्चन को कैसे सॉल्व करोगे. So if solid angle getting formed is 4 pi, energy getting received is P, that is total. And if it is unit, then this is P by 4 pi. If it is any random x, then it will be P by 4 pi into x. And here x is how much? 2 pi 1 minus root 7 by 4. ठीक है? So this will become equal to how much? P by 2. So this is equal to P by 2, 1 minus root 7 by 4. So 4 minus root 7 by 4. ठीक है? So this is nothing but P by 8, 4 minus root 7. Now 4 minus root 7 तुम्हारा क्या होगा? This is root 7 near about 2.6, right? So this will become equal to 1.4 into P by 8. ठीक है? So if you, I mean, let us now calculate the percentage. So percentage तुम्हारा क्या होगा? Energy getting received by this thing is equal to how much? P into how much it is? P into 1.4 by 8. So P into 1.4 by 8 divided by total energy, that is P into 100. So if you solve it 1.4 by 8, this will be equal to how much? I mean 1, and then this will be 7, right? 17.5 something, 17.5%. Okay, so this answer will be close to which one? 17%. So correct answer should be A. It should be A. Then now let us move ahead. So what is this question? A vessel of depth 2h is filled with a liquid of refractive index 2 root 2. So there is a vessel of depth 2h, and it is filled with a liquid of refractive index this, and the upper half with another liquid of refractive index root 2. So bottom is filled with, bottom half, that is H is filled with 2 root 2, and upper half is filled with root 2. The liquids are immiscible, that is there will be boundary, clear boundary between these two liquids. Okay, the apparent depth of inner surface of the bottom vessel will be. So apparent depth nikalna hai, what you have to do? Simply you have to put the formula, get the answer, because we have done one such question also earlier, right? In this session itself. So यहाँ से अगर आप, जैसे मैंने क्या बताया यहाँ पे, how many interface will be there for light coming from the bottom, क्योंकि we are talking about apparent depth of inner surface. So somewhere is the eye here, and this person is trying to see the bottom. So light will travel from bottom to the person, right? क्योंकि light हमेशा object से observer की तरफ travel करता है. And while light will travel from this way, what will happen? It is crossing two interface. One is this one, which is separating 2 root 2 with root 2, and another is this one, which is separating root 2 with 1. Then so two refraction. अब देखो यहाँ पे ये तो नॉर्मल था, ये सीधा ऐसे चला गया. बट इफ वी टेक सम अनदर लाइट विच इज नियर normal, I mean which is making certain angle with the normal, very small, again near normal. Why? Because whatever formula we know is only true for paraxial rays. Done है. So यहाँ पे आप देख लो, ये ऐसे यहाँ पे ये refract होगा away from the normal here, and here it will refract further away from the normal. So from first surface image will get formed where? First surface से अगर आप बनाओ, image will get formed here, and this image will act as object for the second surface, and then finally image will get formed here. So what do you have to talk about? Apparent depth तुम्हारा क्या होगा? ये वाला. Done है. So how you will calculate this distance? First of all, you need object distance for the second surface, refraction, right? And for that you need image distance for the first surface. So देखो मैंने simple formula तुम लोगों को बताया था. Apparent depth V is equal to U into mu2 by mu1. Mu2 is refractive index of media in which refracted light is, and mu1 is refractive index of media in which incident light is. सो v क्या होगा, u क्या है, देखो फर्स्ट सरफेस के लिए डील कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट सरफेस से ये कितने डिस्टेंस पर है, h, साइन कन्वेंशन मैं डिनाई कर रही हूँ क्योंकि वी ऑलरेडी नो हियर इट इज गेटिंग फॉर्म, सो नेगेटिव ही होगा, बट लेट अस डील विद द मैग्नीट्यूड। u का वैल्यू तुम्हारा क्या होने वाला है, u वैल्यू इज बेसिकली h, and mu2 is what, it is root 2, and mu1 is how much, this is 2 root 2. So this is equal to how much? This is equal to h by 2. So v is equal to h by 2. It means for this surface, object distance will be how much? H plus h by 2, right? So, because this is h, right? And this is h by 2. So 3h by 2. Now for second surface, यहाँ पे कुछ ऐसा हुआ. First surface से, I mean from here light coming like this, got refracted, falling onto the second surface like this. And this is somewhere here. Then clear? So this is how much? This is basically your 3h by 2. And light incident on the second surface is coming from this point. Okay. So this is this. अब देखो second surface पे जो light incident है, that is in media root 2. Done है? So if you use again the formula, so V is equal to U, that is 3h by 2 into mu 2, refractive index of media in which refracted light is, that is 1, divided by root 2. So this is equal to how much? 3h by 2 root 2. So this will be the answer, 3h by 2 root 2. अब देखो इसे हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं? So which one will be correct? This is not correct, this is not correct. इसको आप add करके देखो, h by root 2 common लो, h by 2 plus 1. So actually 3h by 2 root 2. So A is the correct option. Then A will be correct. Now let us move ahead. The critical angle of a medium for a specific wavelength, if the medium has relative permittivity 3 and relative permeability 4 by 3 for this wavelength will be. So critical angle क्या होगा? आपको पता है critical angle हम क्या लिखते हैं? Critical angle we write like 1 by mu dr. Here nothing is getting mentioned about refractive index of rarer media. So we will treat it like light is traveling from denser to the from that medium to the air or vacuum. ठीक है, so 1 लेकर चलेंगे हम. So this is 1 by mu d, and mu d can be written as what? I mean it has this relative permeability and permittivity is given, right? So mu d हम कैसे निकाल सकते हैं? देखो, this can be written as c by vd, and vd can be written as what? This is c and c by vd. vd को आप क्या लिख सकते हो? 1 by root under mu and epsilon. c को क्या लिख सकते हो आप? c को लिख सकते हो 1 by root under mu naught epsilon naught. So this divided by 1 by root under mu को क्या लिख सकते हो? mu r into mu naught. So this is mu naught mu r. Epsilon को epsilon naught epsilon r. So this is epsilon naught mu r mu naught. It is this one, right? So this will get cancelled, and you are left with what? You are left with root under mu r mu naught. ठीक है? So this will be equal to how much? This is mu r is how much? 3, and this is how much? 4 by 3. So this is basically root under 4, that is equal to 2. So mu d is how much? 2. So this is half. Theta c will be equal to how much? 30 degree, right? So fourth should be the correct. Done it? Now let us move ahead. Let us focus on this question. A transparent cube of side made of material of refractive index mu2 is immersed in a liquid of refractive index mu1. So what we are doing, we have a cube sort of a structure, right? And this cube is made of material whose refractive index is how much? Mu2. And we are immersing it in a media whose refractive index is mu1, like this. Okay. Now what else is said? Mu1 is less than mu2. So basically light which is incident over here is actually trying to travel from rarer to denser media. Okay? A ray is incident on the face AB at an angle theta. So this is incident at an angle theta. Total internal reflection takes place at point E on the face BC. Here total internal reflection होना है, क्योंकि देखो ये light is trying to travel from denser to rarer. There is a chance this can happen, right? And it is happening here. It is said. Then we have to talk about theta must satisfy. So theta का range क्या होना चाहिए? Done it? How we can relate? So for this theta, we will be getting certain value of r here. And if this is r here, this is 90. This will become how much? 90 minus r. And for total internal reflection to happen, this 90 minus r should be what? It should be, I mean, greater than theta c. ठीक है. I mean, this is the basic inequality. Now what you do, take sine on the both side, calculate it. We have done such questions, right? So sin 90 minus r करोगे, cos r होगा greater than sin theta c, एंड कॉस आर विल बी ग्रेटर देन साइन थीटा सी. को आप क्या लिखोगे, देखो यहाँ पे आप स्नेल्स लॉ यूज कर लो. सो साइन थीटा सी, ऐसे भी हमें फॉर्मूला पता है, 1/μ dr, एंड हियर म्यू आर इज नॉट 1, राइट, इट इज μ1. सो 1/μ d/μr, सो दैट इज μ1/μ2. ठीक है. सो साइन थीटा सी आप क्या लिखोगे, μ1/μ2. cos r is greater than this. Now what can be the cos r in terms of theta? So let us use Snell's law at the surface AB at this point. Okay. So sin theta क्या लिखोगे आप, Snell's law, mu1 sin theta will be equal to mu2 sin r. ठीक है. So sin r can be written as what? Sin r can be written as mu1 by mu2 sin theta. So what can be cos r? आप value put कर दो. This will be 1 minus mu1 square mu2 square sin square theta. रूट अंडर, दिस इज कॉस आर. एंड अभी अभी हमें पता चला यहाँ से कॉस आर, सॉरी, वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड हियर कॉस आर इज ग्रेटर देन μ1/μ2. सो यू डू वन थिंग, कॉस आर को आप कैलकुलेट करो, दिस इज ग्रेटर देन μ1/μ2. एंड कॉस आर वी हैव कैलकुलेटेड जस्ट नाउ, दैट वाज इक्वल टू हाउ मच, this is 1 minus mu1 square by mu2 square. So 1 minus mu1 square by mu2 square, and this is sin square theta, right? Root under, let us square it. So this will be greater than mu1 square by mu2 ka square. Now let us solve it. You will be getting the answer, right? So 1 minus mu1 square by mu2 square is greater than mu1 square by mu2 square sin square theta. Now let us put it, mu2 square minus mu1 square by mu2 ka square is greater than how much? Mu1 square by mu2 square sin square theta. So again let us cut it, and we will be getting what? Mu1 square sin square theta is basically less than mu2 square minus mu1 का square. mu1 square को आप इस साइड लेकर आ जाओ. So sin square theta is less than mu2 square by mu1 का square minus 1. So sin theta is what? Sin theta is less than root under mu2 square by mu1 square minus 1. So let us check for the option. Option क्या दिख रहा है, देखो. Theta is less than sine inverse mu2 square by mu1 square minus 1. So it should be 2. Let us check. Yeah, it is 2. Done it. Now let us solve this question. So what is said in here? A concave mirror has a radius of curvature 40 centimeter. So focal length is 20 centimeter. Okay. And it is at the bottom of glass that has water filled up to 5 centimeter. Okay. You can see here in the diagram. If a small particle is floating on the surface, this is the particle. Its image as seen from directly above the glass. So here is somewhere observer. Okay. Directly above the surface. Then directly above the glass is at a distance d from the surface of water. So this person is seeing that image getting formed by the mirror is at a distance d from the surface. Then we have to locate this d, where it will be. अब देखो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, सबसे पहले आप देखो, there is one this sort of mirror at the bottom, and then object is kept where? At 5 centimeter. Its focal length is how much? It is 20 centimeter, right? So image getting formed will be what? It will be virtual, magnified. So यहाँ पे आप ऐसे जाओ, light को ऐसे क्या करोगे, यहाँ से ये reflect होगा. Done? And then another light low, it will reflect back like this because we are letting it fall along the normal. If you will extend it, somewhere here you will be getting the image. Now what will happen at this surface? Here is the eye, right? And this is filled with water basically. Done? So at this interface, again what will happen? Light will refract away from the normal. So it will refract like this in order to reach to the eye. Now this light reaching to the eye will feel like it is coming from somewhere here, not from here. Done it? So basically image is getting formed from the surface at this point. Done it? But it is for the person just present above the surface of water, this image will be visible somewhere here. We have to locate this distance. How we can do that? So सबसे पहले देखो real depth हमें निकालना पड़ेगा इस image का, and this will be this much. How much will be this one? Up to this it is 5 centimeter. This will be how much? Basically image distance. So let us use the formula. 1 by v plus 1 by u को आप क्या लिखोगे? 1 by f. 1 by v plus 1 by u. U is how much? Object distance -5. I hope साइन कन्वेंशन आपका बहुत ज्यादा क्लियर है अभी तक. 1 by f -20 concave mirror, focal length negative. ठीक है. And this will become equal to how much? 1 by v equal to 1 by 5 minus 1 by 20. That is your how much? 3 by 20, right? So v is equal to 20 by 3. Now this is 20 by 3. So what will be the real depth? That is your 20 by 3 plus 5. So this is 15 plus 20, that is 35 by 3. So apparent depth आप निकाल लो, simple, put the formula, get the answer. So V is equal to finally, this will be real depth, that is 35 by 3 into mu2, refractive index of media in which refracted light is, that is 1 basically, divided by mu1, which is refractive index of media in which incident light is, that is water. So 4 by 3. Okay, so 35 by 4. This will be equal to how much? 8.8 something, right? So correct answer should be what? 8.8 centimeter. Okay, so fourth one. Then I hope it is clear. We should have some a bit idea of how to go with the ray diagram also. Then we can easily trace the problem. Then it is important. अब देखो यहाँ पे क्या है? A ray of light AO in vacuum is incident on a glass slab at an angle of 60 degree and refracted at an angle of 30 degree along OB. The optical path length of light ray from A to B is optical path length. One question we have done from optical path length, that was a certain region type. Here we just need to put the values. So देखो यहाँ पे करना क्या है हमें? Basically from A to B we have to talk about what is the optical path length. So from A to O, geometrical path length is OA. Let's say this media has a refractive index mu1 and this has a refractive index mu2. So mu1 is 1 because this is vacuum. So for OA length, optical and geometrical length will be same. So OA के लिए optical length क्या है? This is nothing but OA. Geometrical length and optical length are same, equal, right? So what is this OA? अब देखो यहाँ पे in the terms of A we can calculate. If this is 60, this will become 30, right? And if this is 30, then A by OA you can write as A by OA. So this is sine 30, right? So this will become half and OA is equal to how much? 2A. So OA we know. Now we need to talk about OB. So geometrical length आप पहले निकाल लो इसका. Geometrical length क्या होगा? OB का. So you simply deal with this is B, right? So B by OB क्या होगा? B by this is OB, right? So B by OB is basically cos theta. So root cos 30. So that this is root 3 by 2. And OB will be equal to how much? This is 2B by root 3. Now what will be the optical length? So OB के लिए optical length क्या होगा? This will be equal to mu 2 OB, right? So this is basically mu 2 into 2B by root 3. Mu 2 कैसे निकाल सकते हैं? We can use Snell's law at this interface O. So let us use the Snell's law. If you do that, mu 1 into sine angle of incidence, sine 60. So sine 60 is equal to mu 2 sine 30, right? It is this one. So sin 60 आप लिखते हो root 3 by 2. This is mu 2. Sin 30 क्या हो जाएगा? Half. So mu 2 is how much? This is root 3. So if this is root 3, then यहाँ पे mu 2 का value root 3 रखोगे. What you will be getting? This will become OB के लिए मैं optical length लिखती हूँ. So this is mu 2 into how much it was? 2b by root 3, right? So 2b by root 3. Mu 2 is root 3. So root 3 into 2b by root 3. This is this. So optical length OA plus OB will be equal to how much? This will be equal to 2A plus 2B. This will be the answer. So correct answer has to be this one. Okay. Now let us move to next question. What is said in here? In the figure, the optical fiber is 2 meter long and it has a diameter of 20 micrometer. Okay. If ray of light is incident on one end of the fiber at an angle of incidence 40 degree, the number of reflections it makes before emerging from the other end. So how many reflection it will make? अब देखो यहाँ पे reflection किया. इसके लिए how much length along the optical fiber it has traveled? This much. If it is again reflection happening here, another how much length? This much. Again, reflection happened over here. Sorry. How much length? This much. So for one reflection, you require this much of length, right? And if this length is x, let's say, then we will say that number of reflection happening, let's say n, then nx has to be equal to, how much is this length? This has a diameter given is 20 micrometer, length is 2 meter, okay? So this should be equal to 2 meter. Now we should try calculating x. How we can do that? If we know theta 2, right? If we know theta 2, this d is given, right? So basically, d by x is how much? D by x is your tan theta 2. Done? So d is given 20 micrometer, x we can calculate. Theta 2 कैसे निकाल सकते हैं? Use Snell's law at the interface. ठीक है? So let us use it. Mu1, this is air basically, because nothing is getting talked about refractive index of media, so we will be treating it as vacuum. So 1 into sine 40, and this is equal to how much? Mu2, that is your 1.31 into sine 40, sorry, into sine theta 2. Okay, so what is this sine theta 2? This is sine 40, 0.64 divided by 1.31. So if you see carefully, this is almost 2, right? So this is half. Theta 2 is almost 30 degree. Done it? And if it is 30 degree, in that case, x will be equal to how much? Because this will become 1 by root 3, right? So x will be d root 3. Done it? So x is d root 3. Now let us put the thing. So x is how much? This is your d root 3, and so I mean which one was x? This one was x. Okay, so this is d root 3, and we know that n into x, so n into d root 3 is equal to how much? 2 meter. Okay, now let us put the value n into d ka value in meter you will be putting 20 micrometer. So 20 into 10 to the power minus how much? 6 will be equal to 2. 2 से 2 cancel होगा. This is 10 to the power minus 5. Okay, root 3 is also here, d root 3. Okay, so this is 10 to the power minus 5. N is equal to 10 to the power 5 by root 3. अब देखो root 3 क्या होता है? root 3 1.732. 1 by root 3 almost approximately 0.577. ठीक है, so this into 10 to the power 5 आपको करना है. So this will be near about how much? 57700. So I mean 577 मैंने बोला 00, right? So approximately 57700 will be equal to what? It will be closest to this one, right? Done है? This will be closest to this one. Yeah. So fourth will be the correct answer. Done it? Now let us move to this question. The eye can be regarded as a single refracting surface. The radius of curvature of this surface is equal to that of cornea. So cornea आपने पढ़ा होगा, eye structure sort of. This has radius of curvature equal to how much? 7.8 millimeter. This surface separates two media of refractive indices, obviously our atmosphere and inside liquid. So 1.34, its refractive index. Calculate the distance from the refracting surface at which a parallel beam of light will come to focus. So you are looking at distant object. So in that case, light is coming from infinity. So basically this is a question of refraction through curved surface, right? And here light is coming from infinity. So U is equal to infinity. Let us use the formula. So V by U, V by mu2 minus, uh, sorry, क्या कर रही हूँ? Opposite formula I am writing. So this is mu2 by V minus mu1 by u is equal to how much? Mu2 minus mu1 by r. Let us put it. Mu2 we don't we know, right? 1.34 by v we don't know. That is what we have to calculate where this light will get focused basically. So यहाँ से देखो light कहीं भी I mean inside point पे कहीं भी focus होगा. Really or virtually that we will see here. 1.34 by v minus mu1 is how much? This is 1. U is how much? Infinity. Anyway, it will become 0. Mu2 minus mu1, 1.34 minus 1.34 divided by radius. This is your 7.8, right? So 7.8. Answer is in centimeter. Let us write it in centimeter. So this will become 10 to the power minus 1. So here 10. Okay. So how much we are getting? 1.34 by V. This is equal to how much? 0.34, that is 3.4 by 7.8. 3.4 by 7.8. So V will be equal to 1.34 into 7.8 divided by 3.4. Then 7.8 को आप approximately 8 ले सकते हो, and here if you go to solve it, how much value we will be getting? I mean this will be, एक काम करते हैं, इसको 2 से कट कर लेते हैं, कर सकते हैं, approximately we can do, and here if you do this 2.6 something, right? So let us check for the answer. Yes, बट यहाँ पे आंसर थोड़े क्लोज है, राइट? 2.6 3.1 से काफी क्लोज है, सो एक्चुअली यू शुड डू द एक्चुअल कैलकुलेशन, बट लेट अस चेक द आंसर. इट इज सेकंड वन एंड दैट इज 3.1 एक्चुअली, डन है. सो यहाँ पे हम डायरेक्ट ऐसा अप्रोक्सीमेशन नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि तुम्हारा ऑप्शंस क्या है, काफी क्लोज दिया हुआ है, ठीक है. सो इसको आप डायरेक्टली सॉल्व कर लेना, यू विल बी गेटिंग द आंसर, एंड दैट इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच वी आर गेटिंग, 2. डन है. सो दैट इज 3.1 सेंटीमीटर. डन है, क्लियर है. चलो लेट अस नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अब देखो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है. दिस इज लाइक, लेट द रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ अ डेंसर मीडिया विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू रेयर मीडिया बी n12. This is this, and let its critical angle be theta c. When the light is incident at an angle A from the denser media to the rarer media, so denser media से, ये denser है, ये rarer है, and it is getting incident at an angle A from the denser media actually, and what is happening, part of light is reflected and the rest is refracted, such that angle between reflected and refracted ray is 90 degree. So this is your reflected, let's say this is your refracted, this angle it is said that it is 90 degree. Angle A is given by, ठीक है. So in terms of theta c we have to write the answer, not in terms of refractive index. So let us put the things. सबसे पहले देखो ये A है, this will also be A. If this is small r, then A plus R is going to be what, 90 degree. ठीक है, because this whole is 180, this is 90, so A plus R has to be 90. So this is this. We have to calculate A, done है, and we know that critical angle, I mean if we use Snell's law at this point, we can write that mu1, that is denser media ka refractive index, let's say this is mu, so mu sine A, right? Mu sine A will be equal to how much? This will be equal to, आई मीन रिफ्रैक्टिव इंडेक्स ऑफ रेयर मीडियम की अगर आप बात करो, ओके एक काम करो, दिस इसको आप डेंसर मीडिया को म्यू डी लिख लो, एंड दिस इज योर म्यू आर साइन आर, ठीक है. सो साइन ए इज इक्वल टू हाउ मच, दिस इज इक्वल टू म्यू आर बाई म्यू डी. सो बेसिकली 1 by म्यू डी by mu r, which is equal to here n12, right? So this is basically 1 by n12 into sin r. r को क्या लिख सकते हो, r को लिख सकते हो sin 90 minus a, right? So this will become cos a. Now let us put it, sin a divided, sin a is equal to 1 by n12 into this is cos a, right? So tan a is equal to how much, 1 by n12, and 1 by n12 will be equal to how much, you know that sin theta c is equal to how much, 1 by refractive index of denser media with respect to rarer, and this is n12, right? So basically 1 by n12 is sin theta c, ठीक है. So a is equal to how much, tan inverse sin theta c. So this is going to be the answer, simply geometric thing, right? So tan inverse sin theta c, fourth should be the answer. Okay, this one done hai. I hope it is clear. Now let us talk about this question. And this is one interesting. The XY plane separates two transparent media, M1 and M2. Medium M1 has a refractive index of root 2 and medium M2 has a refractive index of root 3. So let's say this is medium M1, this is M2. It has a refractive index of root 2, it has refractive index of root 3. And now what is happening? A ray of light traveling in M1 is incident on the plane of separation, and direction along which incident light is coming is given by this. Find the difference in degree between angle of incidence in M1 and angle of refraction in M2. So basically this is the incident light and this will be the refracted light towards the normal. Then rarer से denser जा रहा है. We have to talk about this angle. Okay. So कैसे निकाल सकते हैं? अगर हमें ये angle पता हो, by using Snell's law we can calculate this angle. So incident light का जिस line के along incident है, vectorially that is given. Can we calculate what will be this angle from this vector thing? Yes, we can. जैसे देखो यहाँ पे लाइट कुछ ऐसे आ रही है, ये है, ठीक है. This is xy plane, right? In the question it is said that xy plane separates two media. So this is basically xy plane. So if this is xy plane, यहाँ पे आपने normal बनाया है. Normal must be the if this is the outward normal we actually make. So this is k cap, right? And if we calculate angle between this vector and this vector, we can get angle this, right? So how we can calculate? By taking dot product of these two vectors. We know what is this vector. क्या है ये vector का क्या दिया हुआ है? 4 root 3 I cap minus 4 root 3 I cap minus 3 root 3 J cap, and then what is for K cap? Minus 5 K cap. So this is minus 5 K cap. अब आप इसका डॉट ले लो किसके साथ? डॉट ले लो K cap के साथ. ठीक है. सो दिस विल बिकम इक्वल टू हाउ मच? मॉड ऑफ दिस. इसका मॉड आप निकालो, क्योंकि ए डॉट बी क्या होता है? A dot B you write as mod A mod B cos theta, right? So mod A will be equal to how much? 16 into 3 plus 9 into 3, ठीक है, plus 25. So this is 48. 48 plus 27, done है, and plus 25. So this will be 48 प्लस 20 अगर आप करोगे 58, एंड 58 प्लस 7 करोगे, देन यू विल बी गेटिंग 65, एंड 65 प्लस 5 70, एंड दिस इज 80. नो, I mean 48 plus 27. Okay, this is 16 into 3, that is 48, right? And this is 9 into 3, 27 plus 25, root under. So this is, I mean, add it simply. Okay, my mind is saturated a bit. Add it simply. Yeah. So 48 plus 27 कितना होगा तुम्हारा? That will be basically 75, right? And 75 plus 25 will be how much? 100. So this will be root 100, and root 100 will be equal to 10. Okay. So this is 10 into k cap का, this is a unit vector modulus 1, and this into cos theta. अब देखो डॉट प्रोडक्ट करो, k डॉट i 0 होगा, k डॉट j 0 होगा, k डॉट k 1 होगा, बेसिकली -5. मॉड्यूलस लिखकर चलते हैं. सो दिस विल बी 5 बेसिकली, and this is equal to 10 cos theta. So theta is equal to how much? Half. Sorry, theta cos theta is equal to half. So theta is equal to how much? 60 degree. ठीक है. So we have got this angle, and if we have got this angle, we can easily calculate r. तो चलो अब Snell's law use करते हैं. And if you use here at this point, what will be the value? I mean sin I, चलो लिखते हैं root 2 sin I, sin 60, right? And this is equal to root 3 sin r. Done it. Let us put the value. Root 2 into root 3 by 2 is equal to root 3 sin r. ठीक है. So this will become root 3 got cancelled. Root 2 by 2, that is 1 by root 2. So sin r is equal to 1 by root 2. So r is equal to 45 degree. This is 45. ठीक है. What will be this value? This value will be, I mean this is 60. So this whole is 60. This is 45. 60 minus 45, that is 15 degree. So correct answer should be how much? It should be your 15 degree. Okay, so we have got this answer. Now let us focus on this question. A transparent solid cylindrical rod has a refractive index of 2 by root 3. So it has a refractive index of 2 by root 3. It is surrounded by air. So this is 1. A light ray is incident at the midpoint of one end of the rod as shown in figure. Here it is incident. The incident angle for which light grazes along the wall. So हमने इतने सारे questions किए, अब ये तो हमारे लिए कुछ भी नहीं है. We can easily crack it. So here will be R, and for that this is 90. This is angle of incidence 90 minus R, and this 90 minus R should be equal to the critical angle. ठीक है. तो चलो सबसे पहले R निकालते हैं. R आप कैसे निकाल सकते हो? Theta is not given, right? Theta ही हमें निकालना है. Then theta we have to calculate. So let us calculate critical angle. Let us go the reverse way. So sin theta c will be equal to how much? This will be equal to 1 by refractive index of denser media with respect to rarer. Rarer का 1 है refractive index. So simply you will be writing 1 by 2 by root 3, right? So this will become this. So theta c is how much? This is 60 degree. And 60 degree meaning 90 minus r is 60 degree. So what is the value of r? This is your 30 degree. And if this is 30 degree, we can easily trace out theta. For that, we just need to again do Snell's law thing at this interface. ठीक है? So चलो use कर लो आप. Sin theta into 1 will be equal to sin r into mu. अब देखो यहाँ पे साइन आर क्या है, 30 है, एंड म्यू इज हाउ मच, 2/√3. So this is your sine r is 30 basically into 2/√3. ठीक है, so this will become how much, 1/2 into 2/√3, and this is your sine theta. So sine theta is equal to how much, 1/√3. Theta is how much, this is your sine inverse 1/√3. Okay, so correct answer should be which one? It should be D. It should be D. Yeah. Okay, now let us do this question. Actually, this is one interesting. It confuses so many students, so I will clarify this one. Question ये कह रहा है, a fish looking up through the water sees the outside world. So who is seeing? Fish. Who is the observer? Fish. And what is getting seen? Outside world. So who is the object? Outside world. Okay. So देखो, object और observer हमारा हमेशा clear होना चाहिए, क्योंकि light travel करता है object से observer की तरफ. ठीक है. This is outside world and this is your fish. ठीक है. Now what is happening? This is and this is contained in a circular horizon. We know that I mean, if this is looking up through the water, the person will be able to see through circular horizon. Why? I will explain that. If the refractive index of water is 4/3 and fish is 12 centimeter below the water surface, radius of circle is. ठीक है. So let us talk about this question. Suppose कर लो fish यहाँ and this is water. Okay, so we know one thing that whatever, I mean, देखो, अगर तुम्हें I mean, if somebody is seeing the fish, let's say fish is getting seen, fish is getting seen. Okay, so मैं कह रही हूँ कि suppose कर लो fish तुम्हारा object है, and if fish is the object, in that case light will come from object and reach to the observer. So light यहाँ से जाएगा and it will reach to the observer which is present this side. Okay, but you know that in this case light is trying to travel from denser to rarer media, and so there will be an angle of incidence at which you will be getting critical angle. Let's say here you are getting, so this side also at the same angle you will be getting critical value. So here light will graze along the surface, won't be able to reach the observer, and beyond it it won't be able to, it will simply reflect back to the same media, because angle of incidence is becoming greater than theta c, right? So obviously, if somebody is trying to see the fish is the object. In that case, that person will be able to see through this circle. और यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन में ये कह रहा है कि अगर तुम्हारा ऑब्जेक्ट फिश बन जाता है, I mean, if observer fish बन जाता है, in that case also fish is able to see through this circular horizon only. कहने का मतलब ये है कि अगर ऑब्जेक्ट बाहर का है तो भी लाइट इज ओनली एबल टू इंटर फ्रॉम दिस रीजन टू द आई ऑफ फिश. हाउ दिस इज सो? क्योंकि देखो, अगर हमने फिश को ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया, ठीक है, देन we can clearly see light is traveling from denser to rarer media. That is why it is happening. लेकिन अगर हमने फिश को ऑब्जर्वर बनाया, then light is traveling from rarer to denser media. In that case, how it is getting achieved? तो चलो मैंने फिर से ये डायग्राम बनाया. सपोज कर लो, कौन कौन ऑब्जेक्ट है तुम्हारा? दिस इज, हियर इज द ऑब्जेक्ट आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड, राइट, एंड दिस इज द ऑब्जर्वर फिश. सो लेट्स से मैं ये चेक करने की हम कोशिश करते हैं, लाइट फ्रॉम दिस रीजन कमिंग फ्रॉम द ऑब्जेक्ट इज एबल टू रीच टू द फिश. तो एक काम करो, आप यहाँ पे लाइट को इंसिडेंट करवाओ, ठीक है, एंड इफ लाइट इज इंसिडेंट ओवर हियर, आई मीन इट विल गो लाइक दिस, है ना, ये रिफ्रैक्ट करेगा टुवर्ड्स द नॉर्मल. आई मीन ये यहाँ पे रिफ्रैक्ट करता हुआ दिख नहीं रहा है, तो चलो मैं थोड़ा सा इसको ऐसे करती हूँ, ऐसे लाइट आ रहा था, ठीक है, एंड इट इज रिफ्रैक्टिंग टुवर्ड्स द नॉर्मल. But you know clearly here one thing, that this angle will be greater than this one. You clearly know this. This angle is going to be greater than this one from the geometry, simple geometry, right? So let's say this angle of incidence is I, and this angle of refraction is R, which is greater than theta c, clearly. Let us use a Snell's law here. So you will be saying that 1 into sine I is equal to how much? This is mu sine R, ठीक है, and sine I is equal to how much? Mu sine R. And we will say that this light coming from this region will be able to reach to the fish if this I is real. डन है? इसके लिए ये I रियल होना है. और देखो I रियल कब होगा? जब sin I का वैल्यू शुड नॉट बी ग्रेटर देन 1, राइट? साइन का मैक्सिमम वैल्यू कैन बी 1, सो इट शुड नॉट बी ग्रेटर देन 1. सो म्यू साइन आर, और आर क्या है तुम्हारा, आर हियर इज ग्रेटर देन थीटा सी. आर इज व्हाट, ग्रेटर देन थीटा सी. एंड साइन थीटा सी का वैल्यू क्या होता है, इफ यू रिमेंबर यहाँ पे आप साइन आर कर लो. सो साइन आर इज ग्रेटर देन साइन थीटा सी, एंड साइन थीटा सी इज इक्वल टू 1 बाई म्यू. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली हियर साइन आर इज ग्रेटर देन 1 बाई म्यू. डन है. एंड इफ I mean sin r is greater than 1 by mu. So if एक काम करो, आप यहाँ पे लिखो ऐसा कुछ. Let us do this inequality carefully. सो क्लियरली यहाँ पे हमें दिख रहा है, इफ आप देख लो यहाँ से, अगर आप साइन आर को इक्वल टू करते हो, साइन आर इज इक्वल टू 1 बाई म्यू, इन दैट केस यू विल बी गेटिंग साइन आई इक्वल टू 1 मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, राइट. और अगर साइन आर इससे बड़ा हो जाता है, then this will become what, this will become greater than 1, right. क्योंकि sin r is greater than 1 by mu. आप एक काम करो, let us use this inequality. ठीक है, so what we are getting sin r greater than 1 by mu. डन है, म्यू से दोनों साइड मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, सो म्यू म्यू. डन है, सो म्यू साइन आर इज व्हाट, इट इज कमिंग ग्रेटर देन 1. एंड इन दिस केस हमारा साइन आर क्या आ जाएगा, ग्रेटर देन 1 आ जाएगा, विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल, राइट. सो साइन आर का वैल्यू मैक्सिमम 1 बाई म्यू हो सकता है. डन है, सो आर कैनॉट बी ग्रेटर देन थीटा सी. एंड ये ग्रेटर देन थीटा सी क्यों आया है, बिकॉज लाइट इज इंसिडेंट ऑन दिस पार्ट. If it is incident on this part, then angle of refraction will be obviously less than that of critical angle, and it will be reaching to the face. Done it. So from this reason only light will be able to reach to the eye. Again, same concept will apply. Done it. Now let us go to the calculation. So we have to talk about radius of this circle. So radius हम बहुत ही easily निकाल सकते हैं. यहाँ पे radius तुम्हारा क्या होगा? So this angle is what? This angle is your critical angle, right? And this is your what? This is your depth d, which is, I mean, fish is below 12 centimeter below. Okay, we have to calculate this r. What will be the value of sine theta c here? So let us calculate here. Let us do the calculation here. So sine theta c आप क्या लिखोगे? Sine theta c is basically 1 by mu, and mu is equal to how much is given in the question, 4 by 3, right? So this will be equal to 3 by 4. So sine theta c is 3 by 4. अब आप ऐसे triangle बना लो. This is 3, this is 4, this will become root 7. ठीक है? So this angle is theta c. R by d, radius by diameter, that is 12 centimeter, is equal to how much? और एक काम करो, r by d, sorry, this angle is theta c, right? So if this angle is theta c, this is your theta c from the alternate angle. ठीक है, so r by d if you do, you will be getting what? This is tan theta c. So tan theta c यहाँ से देखो, this is theta c, this will be 3 by root 7. ठीक है, so r will be equal to 36 by root 7. Then so what is going to be the answer? 36 by root 7, A. Then I hope you have understood the concept. Let us now deal with the last question. So question क्या कह रहा है? Again total internal reflection से question है. Light ray is incident perpendicularly to one face of a 90-degree prism. Done है. So here it is incident. Done है. And it is totally internally reflected at glass air interface. Here total internal reflection is happening. If the angle of reflection is 45 degree, we can conclude that refractive index. So यहाँ पे देखो total internal reflection हो रहा है, यानी कि here angle of incidence at this point, that is 45 degree, is greater than what? Theta c, right? Then only total internal reflection is happening. Take sine on the both side. So sine 45 is greater than sine theta c, and sine 45 is 1 by root 2 greater than how much? This will be sine theta c, and this is equal to 1 by basically mu, right? Sin theta c को हम क्या लिखते हैं? 1 by mu, because this is, coming, this incident light is in what? Air media, right? And this light is incident, this incident light is inside this cube, and outside media is air. So basically denser media का refractive index is mu, rarer का 1 है, इसलिए mu d r को मैंने mu लिख दिया. ठीक है, so this is this. And from here, if you, reverse the things, that is 1 by root 2 को root 2 लिखोगे, then root 2 will become less than mu. So mu is what? Mu is greater than root 2. इनइक्वालिटी साइन रिवर्स हो जाएगा, राइट? क्योंकि आप लिखते हो 3 greater than 2, but 1/3 is less than 1/2, right? Then so similarly, mu is greater than root 2. So correct answer should be what? It should be B. Ant bhala to sab bhala. Yes, it is correct. Okay. So I hope you have got idea of so many things, and also you got to practice so many questions. And I hope everything is clear. But if anywhere you got stuck in any question, you can always let me know in the comment section. Thank you. Take care of yourself and keep on solving more number of questions. Bye bye. All the best.